Letco. This is Saturday night. At least I think we're live. Sometimes I don't know till I see Craig's comment. Always count on him being first. 9 times out of 10, probably 9.5 times out of 10. Either him or Carlene. We'll find out. Oh, it's Craig and then Carlene. Boy, they're fast. If you want to be the first commenter on Coletco Live, you got to wake up early to beat them. Goodness gracious. They are fast. All right, let's start getting it shared. Big sale plan tonight. Huge sale plan tonight, as always. We're going to share this to our group. And I'm going to share the link to a couple posts I made, like right here. And over here in our group, which is right here. All right. Now, let's just share it over to our Instagram story. Which is right here. And this is link live. Oh, that's where the link goes. I need to go over here to YouTube. All right. Share, copy link. Paste. Live now. I gotta message somebody back. Okay. Chat. All right, let's sell records. First crate we're going to go through tonight is a recap of some of our newest new vinyl. Newest new vinyl, which is some stuff from last night and the night before. I've got Japanese stuff to auction. Some new Japanese stuff, but also some stuff that we're going to reduce prices on. And then we got autographs. And then I've got some good, like, buy it now, best offer crates to go through. I also don't have our internet connection plugged in. Let me do that. Actually, I'll just wait for Tanner to get here. Right now, it's just me, Ed, and Josh. Tanner's on his way. He had a nephew birthday party at Chuck E. Cheese or something, and they're on their way back. So, all right. So, first time here. Very cool. Welcome, Robert. It's going to be, if you like records, you're in the right place. This is some new arrivals from this week and yesterday. First, we have Prince, The Hits, Volume 1. This is $39.99. Prince, The Hits, Volume 1, $39.99. Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon, Remaster, Gatefold, 180 gram. Those are $38.99. I always have those in stock. If you ever need any of the Pink Floyd Essentials, we usually have them. And the Pink Floyd Essentials are The Wall, Dark Side of the Moon, Metal, Animals, basically their entire discography. Basically every album they ever released. Let's see. Smashing Pumpkins Adore, $49.99. That's a gatefold pressing. Smashing Pumpkins. Always grab Smashing Pumpkins albums when you can. They're going to go up. Heard rumor prices. Vinyl prices have been going up for the last 10 years, especially new vinyl. So I've seen a couple articles put out today. I think they're just trying to find something to write about, but new vinyl has been going up, well, prices in general for a decade. So, well, especially the last 5 years. Nothing new to that. Nothing new to that. There's price hikes about every week on stuff I see. The Pixies, Best of Everything, $39.99. Vinyl is a petroleum product, and it's just a lot of stuff to make it get from a pressing plant to here. There's a lot of cost associated, and then from here to your house. Best of the Pixies is $39.99. We have Life's Rich Pageant, REM. I'm down to one copy, it looks like, $36.99. Angela says, can you pull me a Pink Floyd Animals? I can. yeah, at any time, any big artist, if you ever need any of their essentials in their discography, we usually have them. So that includes Metallica, Jimi Hendrix, Tom Petty, most of the time Kiss, the Beatles, AC/DC. Here's the Animals LP. That is $38.99. $38.99. Corey Wade wants REM. Grant, I've got you a copy of Outfield Play Deep if you want it. I could do $39.99 on it if you want it, Grant. $39.99 for the Outfield Play Deep. Let's see. Did you get those? Pearl Jam Rearview Mirror. That's Pearl Jam's Greatest Hits Volume 2. $34.99. We have Blink-182 Cheshire Cat. Cheshire Cat. $31.99. $31.99 for Cheshire Cat. Janie Lane, Catch a Falling Star, $28.99. That's on red vinyl. Def Leppard, Euphoria, 2LP, $39.99. That is on the blue vinyl. Yes, that is on the blue vinyl. I was going to put it on Discogs. I think I could get $50 for it on there, but if you want it, I'll sell it to you for $39.99, which is not too close from what they originally sold for. John Prine is $29.99. Tyler Childers, live on Red Barn Radio, $26.99. We have George Strait, Cold Beer Conversations, $29.99. Coulter Wall, self-titled, that's also $29.99. And then the new Rhino Start Your Ear Off Ride exclusive, Jerry Rafferty City City. Down to 2 copies. I really want to keep one myself. If they're not sold by the end of the night, I'm going to keep one. Such a great album. And Cyndi Lauper, that's a restock from MoFi. I wasn't expecting, but I have it. True Colors, $38.99. And U2, The Joshua Tree, $44.99. Wondering on Rage of Genres, we don't specialize in anything here except just records. I've got everything from Rotting Christ to Mahalia Jackson. So our crates are very mixed and diverse. You never know really what I'm going to show. That's the honest truth. I really don't know what I'm going to show either. So, and I own them all. I have no idea sometimes what I'm about to put up in front of us. So, there's a random thing we can throw away. All right, let me go grab one of these crates I've got in the back of stuff to go back through. I have built some crates, or actually found some crates of records to go through. So let me figure out what I have back here. Let me grab one. We're going to do some buy it now, best offer type stuff, which means I'm going to go through a crate, and it's going to be buy it now or your best offer. I might roll this crate or cart around for a while before we get our internet cord plugged into it, because there's some new vinyl over here I want to show. All right, let's see. Aaron McAllister on Coulter Wall. Okay. Well, I'm not for sure. Let's see. What was I about to put up? It was Japanese stuff. Let me find that. I thought I have it over here. Oh, that's what it was. Coulter Wall. Aaron McAllister, Coulter Wall. Aaron, are you a first-time buyer with us? I'm not for sure if you are. Aaron McAllister. I've got you down for Coulter Wall. I think that was the only one in the bin, so let me make sure that is the one you want. If you're a first-time buyer, let me know. I'll give you instructions, but I think you've bought from us before, but I've got you down for Coulter Wall. That's what I need to do. Grab our Japanese pressings over here. Let's see. Yeah, this crate, and then our autographs, which I'll come back for those. And I've got those 45s from last night. Let me do that. Let's see here. Iron Maiden, I do have that. I think those are $64.99. Hammersmith, yes, over Hammersmith. I do have that. Okay, let's do our first Japanese auction. I think there's some stuff back here I have not put up before, like this Frank Sinatra trilogy. Yeah, and let's see what else we have here. A copy of Blondie Auto American. All right, first two. Also have bought a few records for. Okay, thank you. So I've got you down for Coulter Wall. Thank you. And 10 for Jesus Christ Superstar. Let me grab that. Who was the name of that person, Josh? Daniel? Okay. Okay. Let's see here. Chris, I'll do 15 on this if you want it. 15 on this if you want it. Okay? All right. So, first auction is Blondie, Auto American. There's some stuff I've put up for before. I'm going to reduce the price again. I'm going to try to sell a lot of Japanese vinyl tonight at auction. Low starts. Try to get them all sold. I think all of our Japanese vinyl now fills up 4 entire crates. So, nice copy here. Near mint. Has the Japanese insert. It also has... Maybe I hadn't put this one up before. No. This is one... I have a couple copies of this, but I don't have this one because I don't recall showing the poster. So this copy of Blondie Auto American looks like it has a copy or a poster of Blondie. Hey, that's pretty cool. Debbie Harry. So this one has the poster, the Japanese insert, near mint cover with Obi. It also has the inner sleeve. And what else do we have here? Oh, a sticker. Wow, this has a lot of stuff with it. We got a Blondie sticker, a Blondie poster, the inner sleeve, the insert. Cover has the Obi, and the vinyl is pristine. Maybe I shouldn't start this one at 35. Wow. I already spoke too soon, though. Blondie, Auto American. That's a complete. I don't recall ever seeing one of all those inserts. $35 start for that. And also I'll do this for 35 too. What the heck? This is a Frank Sinatra trilogy, which is a Japanese press. About the only thing I can find wrong with this is there's a little bit of damage on the Obi right here. There's a little bit of damage. Ed, can you see if the Iron Maiden over Hammersmith is in the Iron Maiden bin? I think it is too. So this is Frank Sinatra Trilogy, Past, Present, and Future. This is a 3LP Japanese Frank Sinatra box set, essentially. There's the insert. There are all the inner sleeves are here, and all the vinyl is pristine. This is pristine. When I say pristine, as Corey just said, I mean pristine. Yeah, this Japanese stuff is that. Yes. So Chris Wood Sr., let me tag a few things or show everybody what we're doing. I'll show that one more time. Chris Wood Sr., this is yours for $15. Thank you. Tillman Smoot, there's your Number of the Beast over Hammersmith. That's sold to you. Thank you, Tillman. And we have Brad Bolin is at $45 on Blondie, and Frank Sinatra, we're looking for a $35 start on that. Hello, Liam. Nicholas, the Blondie is up for auction. The 2 records we're going to be selling back here are going to be for auction, and then I'm about to show some stuff that is buy it now. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Brad bid $45 on Blondie. Walt's at $50. And this is a Frank Sinatra kind of compilation. 3LP Japanese. It's called Trilogy. $35 start. All right. Everything in this crate is, well, how about we just go through it? I think that'll save me a lot of trouble. And then their sticker price or make offer, like we usually do. This is Live Session, Cannonball Adderley and Ernie Andrews. That is $19.99. That is a 1965 press, Cannonball Adderley. Jazz at the Philharmonic, Oscar Peterson, the trio set, Bernie Kessel, Herb Ellis, and Ray Brown. That is $19.99. Jazz at the Philharmonic. Thad Jones and Mel Lewis, live at the Village Vanguard on the Stolid State label. That is really nice, $19.99. And Drummer Man, Gene Krupa in Highest Fi. That is $19.99. Some really nice jazz records here. All are really nice, as in near mint minus. And this is The Mothers of Invention. We're only in it for the money. This is a new pressing, $44.99. It's in mono, so this is a new sealed Frank Zappa's Rare Mono Mix. This is a new Bernie Grundman 50th anniversary from 2018. $44.99, and that is sealed. Can we make a note that Grant Peltzer gets Play Deep? I will have to find that, but Ed has it. Grant, I don't have that in front of me, but I will find it for you. Okay, Blondie's at 52. Brad Bolin is the high bidder right now. Brad is at 52 on Blondie. I'll show that again in just a second. It's complete with poster and sticker. And then we got 2 bidders on Sinatra. Paul Brothers bid 35, and David Howard also bid 35. Also, Tanner, I don't have the hardwire connection plugged in. Styx Cornerstone. This is a sealed copy from Friday Music, $29.99. Styx Cornerstone sealed, $29.99. The Rolling Stones. She's a Rainbow live. This is a 10-inch. I don't know if it's on colored vinyl, but it is sealed. $19.99 for that. Bill Evans, You Must Believe in Spring. $79.99. Bill Evans, You Must Believe in Spring, featuring Eddie Gomez and Elliot Ziegman. That is $79.99. Muddy Waters and Friends, going way back. $24.99. The Father of Chicago Blues, rare 1967 recording. That is $24.99. The Dave Brubeck Quartet, 25th Anniversary Reunion, $19.99. Toby Grimm, first on RS. That was for the Rolling Stones. Final call on Blondie, but before I do, let's go back through it, because since it was so nice, which there's the cover, really nice with Obi. The Japanese insert, it had the Blondie poster, this original inner sleeve, and a Blondie sticker. About as complete. If there's something else that comes in with that, I don't know what. And Brad has that for $52, going twice, going 3 times. We got 2 bidders on Sinatra. They're both at $35. That means Paul Brothers has the Japanese Sinatra Trilogy, sort of a box set, 3 LPs. That's at $35, going twice, going 3 times. Tom Jones, I Who Have Nothing. That is $9.99. It is in shrink wrap. Really nice copy on Parrot. Traffic, More Heavy Greatest Hits from Traffic, $19.99. More Heavy Greatest Hits. That is $19.99. And Herman's Hermits soundtrack in Mrs. Brown, You've Got a Lovely Daughter. That is $9.99. The classic Tom Jones, looks like Tom is sealed. He is, $19.99. Can you order more music from Friday? Friday Music, yes, we can get Friday Music titles. Usually they sell out pretty quick. But if there's something still available, I can check on it. But a lot of that is long gone after it comes, Tom Jones, Memories Don't Leave People like people do. That's in shrink wrap, $9.99. Argent, All Together Now. This features Hold Your Head Up. Gatefold, yellow Epic label. That is $24.99. Argent, Hold Your Head Up. The Best of Tommy James and the Shondells, $19.99. I think this is one of these really nice flip covers here. $19.99 on the roulette label. Best of Tommy James and Shondells. Ball of Fire, Crimson and Clover. Hanky Panky, Crystal Blue Persuasion. Sugar on Sunday. All right. I think I can go ahead and wrap up at least our first auction, which is no other bidders on Blondie. I didn't see anybody really say out, but also no one else bid. So Brad Bolin has that for $52. That is sold to Brad Bolin. And Frank Sinatra was at $40. Now he's at $45 with Paul Brothers. That's the Frank Sinatra trilogy we have back there. That's a 3 LP. Let's see what we have here. Next, Japanese auction. We've got Eric Clapton. There's one in every crowd. Japanese press. We're going to do this one for just a $25 start. Eric Clapton, There's One in Every Crowd. Japanese press. It is pristine. You know it, unless I say otherwise. Japanese insert. Clapton, There's One in Every Crowd. Really nice cover. I don't see really anything wrong with it whatsoever. That's a $25 start. Jim Anstant wants Tommy James and the Shondells. That's sold to Jim Anstant. Darwin, let me know if you're in on Frank Sinatra. If not, final call to Paul Brothers at $45. Pete Townsend, White City, $14.99. And Elton John, Ice on Fire. That's in shrink wrap, $19.99. David Drew, $14.99. 1988, MCA Records, Gold Stamp Promo. And Brownsville Air Special. This is on yellow vinyl. Brownsville Air Special, $24.99. Elvis, I Was the One, $19.99. Elvis, I Was the One, $19.99. John Denver, Rhymes and Reasons is $19.99. This is probably a 69 OG on this orange RCA label, 1999. Okay, our feed is completely frozen again. Let me figure out where we were on these auctions before anything goes even more haywire. Where was we at on Frank Sinatra? Darwin's out. We can go ahead and sell that to Paul Brothers for $45. Paul, you get the Japanese Frank Sinatra trilogy. There's too many words there. I get them all mangled up. That is $45. And $25 start on Eric Clapton. There's one in every crowd. There's one in every crowd. I don't know what we did yesterday, but whatever we did, we probably just need to completely reverse it as far as our internet, because whatever was going right before, it was right. I don't know what I guess trying to maybe use these extenders, because I think that's what's, if we got those back online, I think that's what's now messing everything up. So we went a long time without any freezing, and we changed something back here to our store so we could have Wi-Fi in the back, and now our Facebook feed freezes again every once in a while. So if you're ever watching, until we figure out how to reverse that again, if you're ever watching and your Wi-Fi cuts out, or what happens is there's something we don't really know. I can't explain it, and I don't think no one knows. But if your Facebook feed ever freezes, just close out of the app and come back and find us, and you should be good until, unfortunately, it freezes again. But we were fine. Our Wi-Fi extenders have been out for a while in the back. We fixed those yesterday, and as soon as we did, we've having problems. So I guess we can't have Wi-Fi in the back of the store. I guess I'll just put in a whole new router for back there, just pay a whole separate bill. I've told somebody before, if we could have perfect internet connection, I would pay $500 a month. No one can provide it, though. No company can provide perfect internet connection or come out here and fix it or set it up. I'd pay $500 a month for it. I need it. I have to have it. Steppenwolf, the second, that is $19.99. That's Steppenwolf's second album, $19.99. I've already showed Argent. And Pete Townsend and Elton John, Ice on Fire. I was trying to figure out where I had got to. And yeah, the Who Quadrophenia. The Who Quadrophenia, this is a 2LP on Track Records with the booklet, and that is $34.99. $34.99. Let's see, Arm Lazelle on Pete Townsend. Arm Lazelle on Pete Townsend. And yes, the kind of the foolproof, if you're ever watching on YouTube, it rarely freezes on there, but it's just something to do with Facebook at a certain time. So, okay, there is no perfect internet. I've come to realize that, unfortunately, even at any price. John Denver's Greatest Hits. That's EX, $12.99. $12.99. Jim, yes, you got Tommy James. Arm Lazelle got Pete Townsend. And I guess if you're watching, we're looking for a $25 start on Eric Clapton. There's one in every crowd, Japanese Press. And if you bid on that, there's a really good chance you're probably going to buy it, because I'm about to put up 2 new records. Marshall Bassett on John Denver. John Mayall, No More Interviews. John Mayall is $19.99. So records like this that we don't say the condition of, John Mayall here is a near mint minus record. So if we show a record and you don't hear me say the condition, like John Denver, I said it was EX. And John Mayall, I didn't say anything. I can promise you it's a near mint minus record, guaranteed. Or EX plus. They're going to be EX plus to near mint minus. They're going to be nice records unless I say otherwise. If I tell you the grade, then they're going to be a little bit lesser grade. Rod Stewart, Tonight I'm Yours. That is $14.99. Rod Stewart, Tonight I'm Yours. That's $14.99. Al Stewart, 24 carats in shrink wrap with hop sticker. That is $19.99. Al Stewart, 24 carats. That is $19.99. Let me get back to where I was in this bin. And Canned Heat is $19.99. Canned Heat is $19.99, which is the new age with this very copper-looking thing. Copper-looking cover. The band Cahoots, $34.99. the band Cahoots is $34.99. And we have Cheech and Chong Los Conchinos. That is $24.99. All right, so Eric Clapton, Jeremy Dalton has that for $25. That's going twice, going 3 times, going twice, going 3 times. Sell Scott Smith, John Mayall for $15. Hey, we've went through like 20 fantastic records. Everything in here is buy now, best offer. Eddie Pasir wants the band Cahoots. And where was we at? Where were we at? I'm not for sure. Right here. The Wonderful World of Brothers Grimm. The Wonderful World of the Brothers Grimm box set. This is a Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer soundtrack box set. This is $24.99. Carol Puckett, $15 on Traffic. So yeah, everything in here is buy it now, best offer. There are some great records in here. I'm definitely going to go back through the crate again, especially since we had a connection problem earlier. That's sold to Carol Puckett, $15. And David Crosby, $39.99. Lots of people ask for this record. This is $39.99. David Crosby, If I Could Only Remember My Name. I do these auctions almost every night, at least 5 or 6 nights a week. Robert Scheffler gets Wonderful World of Brothers Grimm, $20. We do this almost every night. We have new collections. We hadn't bought records in a long time, actually, but we have thousands in inventory. We're actually just going back and reselling, and that's what we do. We buy collections. We sell them here on Facebook and YouTube almost every night. And other collectibles. Stevie Donna. Wow. Stevie Nicks, Belladonna. This is sealed, $39.99. Super Savers, that's a sealed copy, $39.99. Mark Shelton to David Crosby is a VG Plus. Very nice vinyl. I'm going to say the vinyl is EX Plus to Near Mint Minus. It is an OG SD 7203. Has an 1841 Broadway low, and that's a really nice copy, $39.99. If you end up buying something for the first time, we send you an invoice. We have to get your information, then we send you an invoice. The Who is on red vinyl. That's an OG press too. I think they made some of those the year it came out in a limited run on red vinyl. That is $34.99. The Who Are You? And Vanilla Fudge, Rock and Roll in shrink wrap. This is probably from that famous Pennsylvania collection because this is a title he collected and it was really nice. $19.99. Mark Shelton. Let's do 30 on David. He is so nice. He is so nice. Let's do 30 on him. Let me know if you're okay with that. Debbie Blair said 27 on The Who. Sell that to Debbie. And Scott Smith on Vanilla Fudge. Let's go ahead and sell Jeremy Dalton, Eric Clapton. I think our feed is somewhat back up to normal. So here's what I'm going to ask y'all. When we used to only have like 100 and something customers a week, we used to do a giveaway for sharing. So tonight, I'm going to ask you to share the feed out of the kindness of your heart. Right, Tanner? Yeah, sure. Just share the feed. All you got to do is click that button that says share. That's all you got to do. And if y'all could help us out in any way, even if you don't buy a record tonight, you can share. If you're watching on Facebook, you can hit the thumbs up button if you haven't already. Subscribe to our page. If you're watching on YouTube, yes, thank you, Tanner. Just hit the subscribe button. That helps us so much. And then if you're on Facebook, please share it. And you can do that in a lot of different places. You can share it to your personal page. You can share it to your personal page. You can share it in a group if it's allowed. You can share it in a record buying group. Don't share it in some that's not allowed. You may get kicked out and they won't let you back in because it's not their feed. So be cautious where you share it. You know, anywhere you can. Tag friends. That's something I ask because a night like tonight, Saturday night, I didn't really advertise we were having a sale. There's probably a lot of people at home. This feed may pop up. They may hop on. They may buy a record, and then they might buy from us for the next 5 years. Just because of your sharing. So if you've done that, thank you. You can share to Facebook. And then if you're on YouTube and you don't have a Facebook, subscribing and hitting the thumbs up button is pretty equivalent to sharing because it bumps it up where if people follow a lot of record channels, this may appear in their feed. So, all right. Let me figure out where we're at. Brent, you were second on the Vanilla Fudge. Mark said sold on David Crosby for $30. Jeremy Dalton, the Stevie Nicks is Belladonna. It is sealed. It's an original sealed copy. Well, I don't want to call it an original because it has Super Savers on it, but it's still a vintage copy. It's probably a repress. This is probably her biggest solo album, though. Edge of 17, Stop Dragging My Heart Around. That's $39.99. Okay, next is Done, shared. Rod Stewart for $10. Clay Moore. Was that Tonight's the Night? If so, or Tonight I'm Yours. If so, sell that to Clay Moore. Almost 3 years buying on Facebook and YouTube. Paul, you've been with us a while. Thank you. A lot of y'all have. Some of y'all, this is your first week. Some of you have been buying from us on here for 3 years. And if you're just finding us, yes, we've been doing this for a long time. We were one of the, I want to say, the first people selling records on Facebook Live. And I think we're one of the first people selling them on YouTube Live, because I follow a lot of YouTube channels, and I don't see a lot of people selling live on here. So I think we're one of the first to do it on here too. What's that? The pioneers of online record selling. Yeah, something new. This is Blondie Hunter. Has this scuff on it right here. It's a non-feeler. It is a very visible mark. I can't call it pristine, but it's a really nice copy. Blondie the Hunter. I'm going to go through some Japanese stuff tonight. I'm going to make them so cheap you have to buy them. And this has got the Japanese insert with it. Blondie the Hunter. Nice cover. Obi. I'm going to start this one at $25. $25. Brad was on our very first sale. He was. I remember some of y'all. The first night I was trying to figure out how to sell records online. I was like, how can I do this? And before we were selling records, probably going on almost 4 years ago, we were selling coins and knives. So I've been selling live on Facebook for a while now. For almost a year, I did coins and knives, but I mixed in some records one night. I was selling coins and currency and knives, and I had some Beatles 45s, and I laid them out, and I started reading off the titles like, here's some Beatles records, and it was like, Hey Jude, and it was like 20 people wanted it. I was like, okay. Let's all calm down. And I've been selling records on there since. The Beatles 20 Greatest Hits. This is a Japanese press. We're going to get this started for a low start. And I mean a low start of $35. Yes, if this don't go up more, I'll be extremely disappointed. The Beatles 20 Greatest Hits. It has the Japanese insert with it. Nice cover. Sometimes this shows some staining or wear. This is actually pretty nice, almost really nice. Has the Obi. So there is the insert. Near mint vinyl. This is 20 Greatest Hits. Japanese press. $35 start on that. $35 start on that. $25 start on the Blondie. Jeremy Dalton said he would give $30 for Stevie Nicks. Sell that to Jeremy. Poster night. Yes, posters and other collectibles are coming soon. Alrighty. I'm going to start here. I'm going to finish this bin, and then we're going to go back through it. There's great records in here. You can buy it as soon as you see it, or you can make me an offer. And sometimes making an offer, you may not be first, because for some reason it takes longer, obviously, for you to type it and for it to show up on our feed, but that's the risk you take. Cheech and Chong, Los Conchinos. Nice copy, $24.99. I've said it before, Cheech and Chong records are usually beat to death. Gene Vincent's Greatest. Gene Vincent's Greatest, $14.99. We're going to start rolling some autographs here in a second. I got some awesome autographs. I hope everybody's watching to see those. Looks like a nice copy of Pisces here by the Monkees. It's a stereo copy. Also, Monkees records, something else that's usually beat to heck. That's $19.99, the Monkees. And this is Seaman and Margik, Son of America, white label promo, $14.99. Live Piece Toronto, John Lennon, Yoko Ono, $34.99. Apple pressing, that's $34.99. By the way, looking for a $25 start on Blondie, Hunter, looking for a $25 start, and the Beatles is at $35, $35, $38, and now $40. Jethro Tull, $19.99. What do we have here? Nothing on the front. This is John Simon's album, John Simon, $29.99. Green Warner Brothers label. A very collectible label. Everybody's always wanting the green Warner Brothers. $29.99. Rick Springfield, Hard to Hold soundtrack. That is sealed with hype sticker. Sealed with hype sticker, $29.99. The Blues Project, live at the Cafe A Go-Go, $19.99. The Blues Project, live at the Cafe A Go-Go on their original Verve Folkways label. Paul Brothers is at $25 on Blondie. Just a collection of antiques and curios. Straub's, live at the Queen Elizabeth Hall. Straub's is $19.99. Tan A&M label. The Doobie Brothers, One Step Closer, $14.99 for the Doobie Brothers. One Step Closer, $14.99. And the Blues Project, Planned Absence. Absence. That word's not coming out right for me. $19.99. Two Blues Projects in here. And who do we have here? Who are you? Ronnie McDowell. I love you, I love you, I love you. That's in shrink wrap, $14.99. And hype sticker. All right. Final call on Blondie. Paul's in at 25 and Jeremy's at 43 on the Beatles. Paul Young, No Parlay, $14.99 for Paul Young. Barbara Fairchild's Greatest Hits. This is $9.99. Microphone getting scratchy again. I wonder if I have the same one I had last time. I'm not for sure. If it still doesn't sound good, let me know. I'll change mics. Village People, Can't Stop the Music soundtrack. This is a VG Plus. One of the first check condition records we've had so far tonight. That's a VG Plus, $9.99. Eric Carmen is $9.99. Eric Carmen, self-titled, $9.99. Jackson Brown, Late for the Sky, $14.99 on Jackson Brown, Late for the Sky. All right, I'm going to go ahead and sell Blondie. Darwin, if you could let me know if you're done bidding on the Beatles, please let me know. If not, if you are, I'm going to sell it. If not, go ahead and place your bid. Jeremy has that for 43, final call. If Darwin says he's out, I'm going to sell it pretty fast. So you might want to let me know if you're in. I forgot the Titans were playing tonight. Hope everybody's watching the Titans and us. You can do both. You can at least listen to me. And if you hear something pop up that piques your interest, hop on over. Darwin's out. Jeremy Dalton, you get the Beatles for $43. Sell that to Jeremy Dalton. And our next Japanese auction is the Beach Boys. This is called the Beach Boys. That's what it's called. Let me grab our auctions or our autographs too. Excuse me for a second. Let me slide in over here. I got our autographs. What else we have over here? We got, I'll just grab this whole crate. That's a, what is this stuff? Okay, that's stuff that's already sold. Yeah, let me grab these. And let me grab these Cliff Burton action figures. I forgot to show these. All right. Auctions have been quite, or excuse me, autographs have been quite popular the last several sales I've had them up. We have, these are new. These were actually pushed back. I had these ordered for a while, but this is from Reaction. That's the brand, Reaction Figures. This is Cliff Burton of Metallica, the original bass player. These are $19.99. Yeah, $19.99. $19.99. That's new, and those are $19.99. I've got two. They were actually allocated. I knew there was a big demand because they pushed them back, and but now they're shipping me the rest of them. I ordered like a factory case, which is 6 of them. But I've got those for $19.99. The Beach Boys is, I think this is just a 2 LP compilation. 2 LP compilation, that's the Beach Boys. Let's take a look here. Surfing USA, yeah, this is a greatest hits. As many Beach Boys compilations are. They're all hits, yeah, Good Vibrations, Sleep John B's, Cotton Fields. Near Mint, pristine. If you need a Beach Boys compilation, if you need some Beach Boys music, this will probably do you well, especially for the quality. Nice Japanese copy with OBs. There's 2 on there. It's got this other little side strip as well. That is a $35 start. $35 start. Jeff Miller said 10 on Gene Krupa. That was a few back, but I still have it. Gene Krupa. Where is Gene Krupa? Was that this right here? Let's see. Let's do, would you do 15 on that, Jeff Miller? That's kind of splitting the difference there. $15 on that if you want it. Let me know, Jeff. 15 on that for Gene Krupa. Next is Cliff Burton. Rob, was that you wanting one? Do you want one, Rob, or were you just saying he's the reason I play bass? I'd say he's a very influential people in a lot of, if you are a bass player from around that era. So Paul Bill definitely wants one. If anybody else wants one, let me know. Mark, I've got you down for Jackson Brown. I will accept your offer for $9.99. Jeff Miller does take the Gene Krupa for $15. Paul Bill gets a Cliff Burton action figure. Mark, your last name is pronounced Pelter. Mark Pelter, is that right? Peltier? Mark Pelter, maybe. Jackson Brown is yours for $9.99. Let's see. Jeremy Dalton's at $35 on the Beach Boys. Todd Pratt said he'd give $20 for the Styx Cornerstone if it's still available. Let's see here. This is sealed. I'll go ahead and sell that to you, though. Sell that to Todd Pratt for $20. And just respect him. Yeah, gotcha. So I do have one of these left. These are $19.99 if anybody wants it. $19.99. Jeremy Dalton's at $35 on the Beach Boys. That's going once, going twice. Did you see my comment about the Lovin' Spoonful autograph in the mail received today? No, I didn't. If you want to send that again, I will acknowledge it. I'll try to catch it this time. You may have sent it when the feed was going haywire. Sell James McGowan Muddy Waters for $20. There were some great records in the front part of the bin. Mark Peltier. Gotcha. I think he bought. Mark, did you buy from us last night? Or are you completely new? The Birds, Younger Than Yesterday. This is $29.99. It's about a VG Plus cover, but the vinyl is extremely nice. Original Columbia 2i. That is $29.99. And An Officer and a Gentleman soundtrack. That is $19.99. An Officer and a Gentleman soundtrack. $19.99. Everybody's saying I need to change mics. Okay, let me do that right quick. Luckily, this other one's been charging. I need to make a mark on that one. I think it's something wrong with it. Let me turn this one off. All right. Test. I am pegging a lot. Maybe I need to pull this back a little bit. Test 1, 2. If I talk like this, it's okay. Yeah. I don't need to yell. No yelling. Yes, Mark bought from us last night. I think he's already contacted us. Thomas O'Brien said he'll take a Cliff Burton. All right. Sounds good. All right, so this other mic, the one that's plugged in right now, we do not need to use again. I think it's something wrong with it, which is not good because we always need a backup in case I start having a 6-hour sale. The Greatest Hits of Eric Burton and the Animals, $14.99. And let me make sure I hadn't missed anything. I'm going to try to get into a flow. I'm having trouble getting into my normal flow right now. We're having lots of pauses. I don't think I missed anything else. Jeremy Dalton is at $35 on the Beach Boys. I do know I need some water. Eddie Bruce is at $38. I need some water. And I need some caffeine. Give me 1 second. Smart water. Now that's what I'm talking about. I'm glad my mom ordered some of those. Let me slide in here, and I need to get to my backpack. Just do right here. Sorry, I came from the wrong direction. I gotta get woke up. I'm woke up. I just gotta get more woke up. I took one of these last night, and Justin, about 30 minutes later, picked up the bottle and was like, "What did you take?" All right. It's like pre-workout. A Bob Marker bike. I would if I was on camera. Okay, Beach Boys 38, Beach Boys 40. Beach Boys 43, Beach Boys 45. Willie Nelson and Roger Miller, old friends, $14.99. Willie Nelson and Roger Miller, $14.99. Days of Future Past, the Moody Blues, $19.99. Days of Future Past, the Moody Blues, $19.99. Carol, blue on back of it. Oh, Carol put, we must have overlooked a John Sebastian autograph. Probably happened. I'm telling you, if you bought anything from the Atlanta collection, there's a good chance you might want to examine it. It could be autographed. So congratulations, you got a free John Sebastian autograph. We've had several, but that one must have got overlooked. ABBA, The Visitors, is sealed, $39.99. ABBA, The Visitors, that is sealed, $39.99. And Quicksilver, What About Me? That is $19.99. Quicksilver, What About Me? Sherry Darnell wants Eric Burden and the Animals. That's so to Sherry Darnell. So anytime you hear me say this may be from the Atlanta collection, I try to look at them ourselves, but I don't know. Sometimes I overlook them, and John overlooks them, and we end up selling stuff that's autographed. There's some stuff that we know is autographed. I've already had 3 people, I think, tonight ask about this, so let me go ahead and put it up for auction. This is an autographed copy of Frank Zappa's 200 Motel soundtrack. It's autographed by Flo and Eddie, known as Mark Volman and Howard Kalin. It is a really nice copy, just like the other Zappa record we had the other night. I was like, even if the autographs weren't on here, it would be a really nice copy. I mean, even if the autographs weren't on the cover, I mean, it's a nice copy of 200 Motels. We sold a VG Plus copy not too long ago for, I think, $35 or $45. This has got the poster. It's complete. It is a clip corner. The vinyl's near mint. It's a VG Plus or better cover. It's probably better than that, especially the part that matters, the front where the autographs are. There's the 2 autographs right there, right there. And actually, they're right there on the cover. It's pretty cool. They're right there on the cover, too. So Flo and Eddie, also known as they were in the Turtles or were kind of the Turtles. They joined Frank Zappa later in the 70s with his band and traveled with him, etc. So this is 200 Motel soundtrack. This album, I'm going to think, like I said, it's a really nice LP. Then the signatures on it, I'm thinking a $75 start. $75 start for this. That's a nice one. Really cool. I mean, imagine if Zappa was on there too. That'd be really awesome. Can't be on there now. Eddie Bruce is at 50 on the Beach Boys. Going twice, going 3 times. Eddie Bruce on the Beach Boys. John Barleycorn Must Die. Traffic, $22.99. Brent Rabley's at 100 on the Flo and Eddie autograph. Nice copy of Traffic, John Barleycorn Must Die. $22.99. Willie Nelson and Webb Pierce in the Jailhouse Now. That is $14.99. Willie Nelson and Webb Pierce in the Jailhouse Now. $14.99. Quicksilver is $19.99. Quicksilver is $19.99. Grape Jam, Moby Grape is $24.99. Grape Jam, Moby Grape, $24.99. And Jimi Hendrix, Cry of Love, $39.99. Jimi Hendrix, Cry of Love. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back through this crate, and I want to let everybody know that everything in here is a buy it now, best offer. Brent Rabley is at 100 on the Flo and Eddie. Jeremy Dalton's at 53 on the Beach Boys. James McGowan wants In the Jailhouse Now. And Eddie Bruce is at 55 on the Beach Boys. All right, let's go through these one more time. Everything in here is buy it now, best offer. I have found a really good crate. I mean, when I looked through this one, I was like, wow, this is really good stuff. I'm going to tell you the price. You can buy it or you can make an offer. Don't be afraid to make offers. This is a sale night. It's the last sale of the week before we send out invoices. I would like to sell as much as possible. That's why I'm here doing this. Frank Zappa is at $100. I'm here to share music with y'all, and also this is what I do for a living, so I have to sell records. That is Paul Brothers for $25. Live Session, Cannonball Adderley, that is $19.99. That is a 1965 press. Jazz at the Philharmonic, Oscar Peterson, the trio set, that is $19.99. Thad Jones and Mel Lewis is $19.99 live at the Village Vanguard. Frank Zappa, We're Only in It for the Money. That's a 2018 mono, sealed, $44.99. Bill Evans, You Must Believe in Spring, $79.99. That's in shrink wrap. The Dave Brubeck Quartet 25th Anniversary Edition, $19.99. I Who Have Nothing, Tom Jones, that's $9.99. Herman's Hermits is $9.99. And the classic Tom Jones, sealed, $19.99. More Tom Jones, Memories Don't Leave Like People Do, that's $9.99. And Steppenwolf, the second album, that is $19.99. Steppenwolf, the second album, $19.99. Mia Willis on Bill Evans. That's a nice record. I was going to say, if that don't sell tonight, that's definitely going on the Discogs. Sell that to Mia. Next is Sean offered $12 for Cannonball, and so did Mark. I think $15 would buy this. It's a mono copy, original Capitol from '65. Sean, if you pass for $15, then maybe Mark might want it for $15. I'll lay that over here in pending. Let's go ahead and end these auctions. Zappa is sold for $100, or excuse me, it's a Frank Zappa record, but I want to say the Flo and Eddie autographs sold for $100. Brent Rabley, that's really cool. That was one I think that was on my table to, if I was going to keep of theirs, to keep. And this is sold to Jeremy Dalton for $57. That's the Beach Boys compilation. Next autograph and next Japanese pressing. Next Japanese pressing is going to be, what shall it be? Let's do a John Lennon hits, and what else do we got over here? Let's do a Keith Emerson. This is a really nice one. Sean Jones said he would take the Cannonball for $15. We got our next autograph is signed by Keith Emerson of Emerson, Lake and Palmer, and this is from the band he was in called The Nice. This is a really good autograph. Very bold, not smudged on this white cover. Very clean. Signed by Keith Emerson. If you're watching and you don't know the backstory on these autographs, we bought a collection back in October in Atlanta, Georgia, actually just north of Atlanta. It was about 12,000 albums, but this guy, self-proclaimed groupie, followed a lot of bands around. He has so many autographed LPs. I mean, we still got 3 entire crates full. It was 4. I think I've got it down to 3 crates now. As you can see, some people are finding records. Like Carol just said, people are finding records that we didn't even catch the autographs on. He thought he went through and had most of them pulled aside, but when you have 12,000 albums, I think we've overlooked now like 5 autographs and some pretty good ones, but it happens. We have, the way I do autographs is I know this is 100% authentic. I guarantee it. If you ever have it authenticated and want to pay the extra money to have that certification attached to it, and it's not real, I'll give you your money back. But I promise you, this is a real Keith Emerson autograph. This is a $35 start. $35 start for Keith Emerson. And then our next Japanese press, we also deal very heavily in Japanese vinyl. We sell hundreds and hundreds of Japanese pressings every week right here on the auction block. This is a really nice. Shaved Fish is a John Lennon compilation. Shaved Fish, Imagine, Whatever Gets You the Night, Number 9 Dream, all of his classic songs right here in this packaging. I've seen different Obies. I don't think I've ever seen this one with the picture of him and Yoko doing the Peace in Bed. I've never seen that exact. This may be like the first press of that. $45 start. Tim Holloway said he would give $27 for the Tom Jones bundle. 1, 2, these 3 Tom Jones records for $27. Sell those to Tim Holloway. Thank you. All right, so everything in here is buy it now, best offer. Steppenwolf the second, $19.99. It's not the first press, but it is an older press on that black ABC Dunhill Magic Carpet Ride. Overall, though, a really good album. Magic Carpet Ride's the big hit on that. Argent, all together now. Argent is a really nice copy. This has their hit, Hold Your Head Up. This is an original press. It has the book with it that's kind of attached to the gatefold. That's $24.99 for Argent. Hold Your Head Up. Actually, it's called All Together now, but Hold Your Head Up's the big hit on that. Great song. Elton John, Ice on Fire, $19.99. Like I said, you can buy them or you can make an offer. That's in shrink wrap, $19.99. The Who, Quadrophenia, has the way this album starts out, I Am the Sea and The Real Me, great stuff. 515s on here. And then the last track. It starts well, And it ends well. Love Reign Over Me is also on there. That's probably my favorite Who song, $34.99. But I say that a lot. I think I say a lot of Who songs are my favorite. Hard to pick a favorite Who song. Paul Brothers is at $14 on Steppenwolf. I'll sell that to you. I'm looking for a $35 starter if you want to sign Keith Emerson. I actually met Carl Palmer at a concert in Nashville. I probably need to, I need to keep at least one of these. You know what? We have an autographed copy of Trilogy, and I think that's what I have signed by him. Trilogy, Carl Palmer. I guess I'll keep that, and then I just need a Greg Lake signature, and then I won't have them all together, but I'll at least have that trio signed. The Hollies has not sold yet, Dallas. That's on the pending. Chris Crowley on Argent. Sherry Darnell was second. Don Unstad on KE. KE. Mark Cunningham. I've already sold Cannonball. I sold that for $15. Let's see here. What was KE for Don Unstad? KE was... Oh, Keith Emerson. That's a $35 start if you want to be a Don. John Denver, Rhymes and Reasons, $19.99. David Drew, $14.99, gold stamp promo. Brownsville, Air Special, yellow vinyl. That is $24.99. And I Was the One, Elvis. That is $19.99. I Was the One, Elvis. And Al Stewart, 24 carats. This is $19.99 in shrink wrap. Okay, can I see the cover for Lennon? You sure can, but it's now a buy it now. If anybody wants it, you can buy it now for $45. John Lennon. Complete near mint with Obi. That's a $45 buy it now if anybody wants that. Nice copy. Shaved Fish. I'm going to lay that right over there. And Don is at $35 on Keith Emerson. Going twice, going 3 times. Don has bid. Final call. I'm about to sell it. He has bid. I was going to make sure nobody was waiting and didn't miss out on that, but Don has bid. I've totally lost my train of thought. This is not canned. This is Canned Heat. Yes. Canned Heat, the New Age. The Canned Heat New Age is $19.99. I've had 3 people hop on and say Zappa 15. I'm not for sure what that means. But there's only... We sold the Zappa 200 Motels. It's already sold. Autographed. And then there's one Zappa in here, this sealed record. It's $44.99 sticker price. Tim Holloway's at $15 on Elvis. Sold. Final call on this. Actually, it's time's up. Don gets Keith Emerson at $35. That is sold. All right, I had somebody ask about the Hollies record. I'll go ahead and do it. And I'll go ahead and get another low start. Low start, Japanese pressing up. Did I show something earlier for Zappa 15? I'm not for sure if I'm... But that was the third person. James has had 3 people say Zappa 15. I'm not for sure what that means. Or if that was an offer. If it's an offer, definitely a pass on this. And if it was for the autograph, we sold it for $100. Graham Nash, autograph on the Hollies. Stop. I don't know. I like this one. I have the story for that. Whoever buys this, remind me and I'll send you the story, the provenance for this, how he met Graham Nash and Stephen Stills. But $45 start on this. Autographed copy of Graham Nash of the Hollies. $45 start on that. And then Asia is a $25 start. This is a copy of Alpha. It's in shrink wrap with the hype sticker. There is the Japanese insert. There is the original inner sleeve. And we got part of some stickers left. There's a few missing right here. I think that was their names. And then we still got the album artwork sticker, a couple other things. Those are stickers. Vinyl is near mint. Original inner sleeve. Insert, covers, and shrink wrap with Obi and hype sticker. That's a $25 start. Dallas Coop is at $45 on the Hollies autograph. Asia's a $25 start. And Jeff H. offered $35 for Lennon. Sell that to Jeff H. Is that Haas? Jeff Haas or Helton? Haas, Jeff Haas. I'm going to say John Lennon for $35. Cheech and Chong is $24.99. Tommy Flowers is at $25 on Asia. Gene Vincent. This is $14.99. Gene Vincent Greatest. Gene Vincent Greatest, $14.99. The Monkees is $19.99. Pisces, Aquarius, Capricorn, and Jones. That is $19.99. Brandon Jackson wants the Cheech and Chong. Sell that to Brandon. Thank you. This was the Paul Simon album. John Simon's album. That was $29.99. Son of America, $14.99. John Lennon, Live Peace Toronto, $34.99. Jethro Tull A was $19.99. Rick Springfield, Hard to Hold soundtrack is sealed, $29.99. The Pisces was stereo. I showed that earlier. It was a really nice copy. Really nice copy. Hollies, $45.50. Dallas is at $55 on the Hollies autograph. Tommy Flowers is at $25 on Asia, going twice, going 3 times. The Blues Project, $19.99. Straub's Live, $19.99. The Doobie Brothers is $14.99. The Blues Project Planned Absence is $19.99. This is Ronnie McDowell, $14.99. Paul Young, $14.99. Barbara Fairchild is $9.99. Village People, VG Plus, $9.99. Eric Carmen is $9.99. The Byrds, Younger Than Yesterday, $29.99. Officer and a Gentleman soundtrack, $19.99. Brent Rabley's backing on the Hollies at $62. Willie Nelson and Roger Miller, $14.99. Days of Future Past, The Moody Blues, $19.99. ABBA, The Visitors is $39.99. That is sealed. Quicksilver is $19.99. Nice copy of Traffic, John Barleycorn Must Die, $22.99. Another Quicksilver. Is this the one with Fresh Air on it? Which one has Fresh Air? I think that other one I just showed. $39.99 for Jimi Hendrix, and Grape Jam was $19.99. Quicksilver. I don't think either one of those has Fresh Air on it. Lots of people usually look for that. Okay, Brent's at 62 on the Hollies, going once, going twice. It's between him and Dallas, it looks like. Tommy Flowers, I'm going to go ahead and sell you Asia for $25. Yes, the Elvis is sold. And I'm finally going to go get a new crate. I feel like I've been through that one 3 times. So let me go get a new crate of buy it now, best offer stuff. I will be right back in 15 seconds. If you Dallas, if you're in on that, please let me know. Let me see what this next crate holds. Let me see. Yeah, I'll do this one. Alrighty. Dallas is out on the Hollies autograph. Okay. Brent Rabley has that for 62. Going twice, going 3 times. We got another Graham Nash autograph. It's with Stephen Stills on the Crosby, Stills, and Nash. I'll be doing that one in just a second. Final call on that. We have the Knack Round Trip. This is in shrink wrap with hype sticker. The Knack, $14.99. The Knack, but the little girls understand. $9.99 for the Knack, but the little girls understand. The Kinks State of Confusion, $19.99. That's in shrink wrap. The Kinks State of Confusion. And the Graham Edge Band featuring Adrian. I have to usually look at the label for this one. Groovitz, maybe. Graham Edge Band, $14.99. The Kinks Misfits. This has the insert with it, $19.99. The Cyndi Lauper Mo-Fi was $38.99. The Kingsman Volume 3, $14.99. And High Lit, the 3rd album featuring Tommy Edwards. 22 more original hits from the Hall of Fame, $14.99. The Hollies is sold to Brent Rabley for $62, which was autographed by Graham Nash. That sold for $62. Next Japanese pressing is, let's see what we got over here. Yeah, that last was my final bid. Yeah, I bid that. I put that on there last night. Yeah. Okay, let's do the Johnny Rivers autograph. I thought it was pretty cool. This cover. Well, let me go ahead and pull Robert Johnson on Edge, Graham Edge to Robert Johnson. Brad, the Cyndi Lauper Mo-Fi was $38.99. Okay, next auction, $35 start. I think I had this up last night. No, I don't think I had this one. I don't think it was this Obi. We did sell one last night. This is a $35 start. It's a near mint copy of REO Speedwagon, High Infidelity. Insert. Really nice copy. $35 start on that. $35 start on that. And our next autograph is Johnny Rivers, Realization. Autographed by Johnny Rivers. $25 start on this. But say this album must have sold really well. I don't want to call it an iconic album, but I mean, it seems like a lot of collections, original owner collections I buy, has this record in here. So $25 start on that. Autographed Johnny Rivers, Realization. Tracy McFadden wants the Knack Round Trip. So that to Tracy McFadden. Darwin is in on REO. Let me take my hoodie off. I'm getting very warm. Excuse me. Keep on Loving You is on that. What was the REO Speedwagon song I was singing the other night? Time for Me to Fly. Roll with the Changes. Roll with the Changes. That's a good one. That's a good one. All right. The Kinks. The Knack. The Kingsmen. Where did I get to? Bachman Turner Overdrive. Freeways. $14.99. Jeremy's at $38 on REO Speedwagon. Elvis. $19.99. Everything in here is buy it now, best offer. Elvis. You'll Never Walk Alone. $9.99. 2 Elvis. 3 Elvis. Legendary Performer. $9.99. Number 4 Elvis. Aloha via satellite. This is the quad pressing. $29.99. That's a little bit more desirable one. Rough Edges. Ben E. King. $19.99 for Ben E. King. Rough Edges. Jeremy Dalton's at $38 on REO Speedwagon. Darwin's at $40. Rainbow Ride. Andy Kim. $14.99. Kathy Amos wants Elvis. You'll Never Walk Alone. Nicholas Pendergrass wants the Aloha via Hawaii. Sell that to Nicholas. Johnny Rivers autograph. We're looking for a $25 start on that. Johnny Rivers, Realization. Willie Nelson, Me and Paul. $14.99 for Willie Nelson, Me and Paul. The Rotary Connection is $24.99. The Rotary Connection. $24.99. Brent's in on the Johnny Rivers at $25. Jeremy's at $43 on REO Speedwagon. John and Ann Ryder. I Still Believe in Tomorrow. In shrink wrap and hop sticker, if that means anything to you. It's $14.99. Jeremy's at $43 on REO Speedwagon. And Brent Rabley is at $25 on Johnny Rivers. Final call on both of those. Final call on both of those. Todd Rundgren, $19.99. Todd Rundgren Faithful is $19.99. And Rosington Collins Band, Anytime, Any Place, Anywhere. Rosington Collins Band, $24.99 for that. We have Ringo Starr Ringo. This has the booklet with it. $29.99. Ringo Starr Ringo. $29.99. And Status Quo Hello. Status Quo Hello. This is $19.99 in shrink wrap. Status Quo. Willie Nelson, City of New Orleans. $14.99. $14.99 in shrink wrap. City of New Orleans. And To Lefty from Willie. $14.99. Jethro Tull, Songs from the Woods. From the Wood. I always want to put S on that one. $19.99. And Jethro Tull Broadsword. That is $19.99. And Jethro Tull Stormwatch. As usual, a big batch of Jethro Tull albums. $19.99. Journey to Infinity. This is $29.99. The beginning of the beginning of the beginning. Very cool rocket ship. Audio Master. Unfortunately, Irwin wrote his name on the cover. But it's a very cool, looks like space music, satellite, rocket era, moon, nuclear era type record. Very cool cover. $29.99. All right, so 25 on Johnny Rivers. Then we had 30, and then also 27. Tim Wiley's at 30 on the Johnny Rivers autograph. Wayne Titsworth said, hello, $12. And that was What was that? And then side 2 of Ringo for John Young. Uh-oh. Here we go. Side 2 of Ringo. This is a nice copy. I know that has the book with it. There's side 2. Is this a $1 million version? Is this a $1 million version? If so, it can be yours for $29.99. Status quo, hello. Okay. Sell that to Wayne for $12. Status quo, hello. Yeah. $12, Wayne. Okay, we can go ahead and sell REO Speedwagon. That's Jeremy's for $43. Johnny Rivers is now at 30. We got multiple people at 35, so we'll let that one. We'll let them fight over that for a little bit longer. I'll grab our next Japanese auction, which is going to be, let's see here. I'm going to do 2 Hall & Oates maybe. 12, 40, let's see. $40 start for both of these. This is Hall & Oates Private Eyes and Hall & Oates Rock and Roll. Rockin' or Private Eyes is an EX copy. Voices. This is actually called Voices. Yeah, excuse me. Voices. Voices. Hall & Oates Voices. Private Eyes. Both of those a $40 start. The Best of Jethro Tull, $19.99. The Silent Running soundtrack, that's really cool, $19.99. Heart, self-titled, $19.99. Huey Lewis and the News, 4, that's $19.99. And Huey Lewis, Picture This, $19.99. The high bid on Johnny Rivers is Tim Wiley. Tim was in first at 35. Don, you were second. Brent says he's out. So it's between Don and Tim. Don, I need you to bid again, or if you're done, you can say out. And he says, let Tim have it. So $35 on that, final call. Led Zeppelin, In Through the Outdoor. This is sleeve variant F. Nice copy, $44.99. How did that not sell the first go around? Yes, Yes Songs is $39.99, triple LP. I'll need to put that in a jacket. We finally got some jackets big enough to fit that. Little River Band, First Under the Wire, $9.99. And Little River Band, Time Exposure, $9.99. Firefall, self-titled, is $9.99. And Blue Eyed Blues, Lacey J. Dalton. That's $14.99. On the Road, The Porter Wagner Show. The Porter Wagner Show, $14.99. Tom Verlaine, Flashlight, $19.99 for Tom Verlaine. And Malcolm McLaren is $19.99. Malcolm McLaren, Swamp Thing. John Stevens is at 40. John Stevens is at 40 on Hall & Oates. Final call. I'm going to go ahead and sell Tim the Johnny Rivers autograph for $35. John Stevens is at 40 on the Hall & Oates. All righty. Let's see what we got here. Let's do, let's see. Let's do the Percy Sledge next. We'll do Percy Sledge. Autographed Percy Sledge album. The name of the album is Take Time to Know Her. It says, Percy Sledge, Love. Autographed by Sledge himself. $35 start. Percy Sledge. $35 start. Take Time to Know Her. Autographed by Percy Sledge. $35 start on that. Sell John Stevens the 2 Hall & Oates for $40. John, you get both of those for $40. Good buy. Great buy, actually. $20 a piece. And let's do Santana Amigo. Low start on this. This is a $25 start. Santana Amigos. Price reduction. Opening bid now at $25. It is a near mint pristine. We got some, they're not like bigger sleeves. They're just some 2 mils, or they're actually 3 mil, but they're much more flexible that we've got in recently for those. So all right, Jimmy Shears is at 35 on the Percy Sledge. Thank you, Jimmy. I mean, this is already a pretty good album. Once again, I'm like, it's about a VG Plus copy, so just the value of the album is, pretty good, and then you get its autograph. So Jimmy's at that at 35, looking for 25 on Santana. The Best of Phyllis Diller, $9.99. We Are the World, historic recording, that's $24.99. The Pretty Baby soundtrack. Everything I'm showing here is buy it now, best offer. Pretty Baby soundtrack is $19.99. Jethro Tull, War Child. I was combining words there. That's $19.99. That is cleaned, super nice. Passion Play. Wow, we got a lot of Jethro Tull in here. And Heart, Dog, and Butterfly, also $19.99. $19.99 for Heart, Dog, and Butterfly. Let me put that in here. I'm going to get all the Tulls together in just a second, try to make somebody a bundle deal. Brent Rabley's at 38 on Percy Sledge. Toby Grimm said he would give $9.99 for Porter. Sell that to Toby Grimm. Greg, 30 for Led Zeppelin. I can't do that. Hate to let a nice Led Zeppelin go too cheap. I'm thinking more like 40. It's near mint, in the sleeve, $40. That's kind of been buried. Probably a lot of people don't know we have that. I will do 40 on it though. And then Jeff Johnson, $10 on City of New Orleans. That was Willie Nelson right here. Sell that to Jeff Johnson. And Greg, if you pass Led Zeppelin for 40, R.M. Lazelle said he will take it. I was about to say, that's a pretty good price for a solid Led Zeppelin album. Any Led Zeppelin album. Of course, their earlier stuff, that would be pristine. The Bridge, Shrink Wrap and Hop Sticker, $19.99. Red Octopus, Jefferson Starship, $19.99. And Modern Times, $19.99. Uriah Heep, The Magician's Birthday, $19.99. And Uriah Heep, Wonderworld, $19.99. Does Passion Play have the Stitch book in the gatefold? Let's find out, Jimmy. Passion Play, it does. Nice copy. Green chrysalis label. $19.99. Greg says yes on Led Zeppelin at 40. All right, so he takes that. Mr. Shears, let me know if you're in or out on Percy Sledge. Brent Rabley has that for 38. And if anybody wants Santana, I'll make that a quick buy it now. $25 buy it now. $25 buy it now on Santana Amigos. That's the only Japanese record that has not sold tonight. Three Dog Night coming down your way. That's in shrink wrap. Nice copy. Near mint, actually. $19.99 for Three Dog Night. George Thorogood and the Destroyers. $19.99 with hop sticker. I Drink Alone. Near mint copy in shrink wrap. $19.99. Carol Seeley gets the $25 Santana. Stephen Tuttle was next. Humble Pie Smoking. $24.99 on Humble Pie Smoking. And Peter Frampton, I'm In You. $19.99. Alice Stewart and Snake Believing. $9.99. And Stories. Stories is $14.99. Stories, $14.99. Kama Sutra label. Stephen Tuttle, second on Santana. Jimmy's out on Percy Sledge. We're going to go ahead and sell that to Brent Rabley for $38. And Carol Puckett offered $15 on George Thorogood. Carol says also George Thorogood. And Uriah Heep, Magician's Birthday. Uriah Heep, Magician's Birthday. Sell that. We can go ahead. Wait a second. Oh, he was offering 10. Let's do $12 on this. $12 on that. Ryan, a couple more dollars. And then I've got two people wanting George Thorogood. And who was first on that? Carol, what happened to that? Right here. Carol, you can have it for $19.99 if you pass. Wait a minute, we got two Carols. Carol Puckett, you can have it for $19.99 if you pass. Then Carol Seeley can have it for $19.99. Then we've got Jimmy says he'll take Passion Play as long as it's not a club. This is not a club. This is not a club, so sell that to Jimmy. And then Brian Anderson is sold on Uriah for $12. And then Brandon Jackson wants both Huey Lewis for $30. So those to Brandon Jackson for $30. All right, I need to grab some new auctions. Let's do the, so I still got the Stephen Stills and Graham Nash. I got the Isaac Hayes, the X, and Robert Fripp. Let's do X, and I'll grab a new Japanese auction as well. Carol Puckett said sold. George Thorogood at sticker. Yeah, that was a nice copy. Shrink wrap and hype sticker. All right, so Carol Seeley, you were second to that. All right, next Japanese auction is J.D. Souther, Home by Dawn. This is a Japanese promo copy, white label promo as well. It is near mint with insert. That's just a $20 start on J.D. Souther, and this one's pretty interesting here. This is the band X, Los Angeles, probably their most popular album. It's autographed by all band members. We have had 4 copies of different X albums. When Steve met them, I think he had, it was like an in-store promotion down there in Georgia. I think he had 4 or 5 different albums he had them sign. So we have, I can't remember their names, but let me show you where they're autographed. It's autographed on the back there, down here on her legs, where it would show up here on his shirt, and then he signed in silver. So he signed in silver marker back here on the back, and then he signed in a black Sharpie. It's kind of faded. It kind of got worn off a little bit. It looked like it was at the end of the Sharpie was at the end of its life. She signed in a blue marker down here, and then he signed, it looked like he signed in pen, and once it looks like it was fading, and then he re-signed over it in blue. But we've had 3 or 4 of these. Not only that, this is a pretty desirable album. I mean, once again, so Billy Zoom, John Doe, Zine Cervica, and DJ Bonebreak. Thank you, Walt. $55 start for this. $55 start for the X, autographed by all band members. By the way, the record, I think, is a near mint OG. So it's a really nice record, too. You can still listen to it. You just want to be careful. I would keep, I guess if you bought this, I would keep the disc in the front of the cover so you could slide it out, and that way you're not having to slide this sleeve in and out over these autographs over and over. So once you get it in the sleeve, I've put all these autographs in new, really nice 4 mil bags. So once they're in there, I wouldn't take them out too many times. $55 start on that. $20 start on J.D. Souther. Humble Pie Smokin' was $24.99. Another copy of Peter Frampton, $19.99. Alice Stewart. Did I already show all these? I think I did. I didn't show straight 8s. Is that what that says? Shuffle and Cut, straight 8. That's in shrink wrap, $14.99. And the Romantics is $24.99. Ryan Anderson's at $65 on X. Okay. There's a couple bundles I want to offer. Let me try to figure out what's in here. We have the Romantics, straight 8 stories, Alice Studer, Peter Frampton, Humble Pie, 3 Dog Night, Uriah Heep, Jefferson Starship. Here we go. Here's 3 Jefferson Starships. I'll start right there. I will do some major price cutting on these. 3 Jefferson Starship, Modern Times, Red Octopus, and Freedom of Point Zero. Freedom of Point Zero, which that one has their hit song, Jane. All 3 of those for $25. All 3 of those for $25. They're near mint, cleaned, new sleeves. And let me get all the Jethro Tull stuff together. There's one. We sold Passion Play. Where's the other one? There's Greatest Hits. All right. There's Stormwatch Broadsword, Songs from the Wood. Was there any more in here? Let's see here. Where was the other ones at? Okay, we might do an Elvis, what's left of the Elvis. So we have War Child, Bungle in the Jungle, the best of Jethro Tull, Stormwatch, Broadsword, and probably one of his better solo albums, Songs from the Wood. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, is that 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll do about the same price on those as Starship. $80 for all those. $80, or excuse me, 8. That's $40. $40. I had 8 on my mind. 5 albums, $40. Jared was first to Starship. I said $25 for those 3. That's sold to Jared. Walt Cruz is at $70 on the X. Jonathan, you were next on the Starship lot. Tull is $40. Just say Tull or 40 if you want those. Those 5 albums, all cleaned and nice. Jared for $25. Yeah. I've got 2 Kinks records back here, Misfits. That's the name of the album. Not The Misfits, it's the Kinks Misfits and State of Confusion. They're both near mint. Misfits is in shrink wrap with the insert. I'll do both of those for $20. That's buy one, get one free. $40 on the tools. Those are buy one, get one free. Now, I'm going to read through the titles in here one more time. I think there's a few Willie Nelson albums. As I get those together, I may make somebody a deal on those. We may have already sold one. I'm not for sure. Jared also wants the tool lot for $40. That was $8 a piece, and missed the Kinks. Is there another Kinks in here? Okay, let me flip through them. I'm going to read titles. If there's anything you want to price on, let me know. As you see, I'm in super high selling mode right now, so good time to get some deals. Stephen Tuttle takes the 2 Kinks for $20. All right, Ryan, let me know if you're back in on the X. We got Walk Cruise at $70. Ryan, let me know if you're in or out on that. If anybody wants the J.D. Souther promo Japanese pressing, that's only $20. Only $20 on that. Marco Martinez wants both hearts. Okay, when I get to those, I'll pull them. Here's what's left. The Romantics, Straight 8, Stories, Alice Stewart, Peter Frampton, Humble Pie, Three Dog Night, Uriah Heep, Billy Joel, Heart. There's Heart 1, and the other Heart's right here. Sell those to Marco Martinez, both Hearts. And then 15 for J.D. Souther and Rich Group. I'd really like to get 20 for this. Plus, Rich Group said he would take it. Tommy, I'd like to have 20 for this. But if you're passing, it looks like Rich Group wants it. So just let me know, Tommy. That's 20 if you want it. And then, Rich is second on that. Ryan's out on X. So Walk Cruise has this for $70, going twice, going 3 times. And let's see, which Three Dog album is that? This was Three Dog. Give it to Rich. Okay, so Rich Group gets the J.D. Souther for $20. Romantics, I hadn't got done flipping through the crate. Three Dog Night is $19.99. It is Coming Down Your Way. Coming Down Your Way. Interesting cover. All right, so Three Dog Night, Romantics, where did I get to? Billy Joel, Pretty Baby, We Are the World, Phyllis Diller, Swamp Thing, which was Malcolm McLaren. Let's see. Tom Verlaine, Lacey J. Dalton, Firefall, Little River Band, Yes Song, Silent Running, Journey to Infinity, Ringo, Willie Nelson, Rosalind Collins, Todd Rundgren, John and Ed Ryder, Rotary Connection, Andy Kim, Benny King, Elvis, Bachman Turner Overdrive, The Highlight Presents, Highlight, Kingsman, and The Knack. That's the only thing that's left. If anybody's interested, just please let me know. Please let me know. And we're going to go ahead and sell X to Walt Cruz for $70. $70. Tom Verlaine and Malcolm for $25. John Stevens. Tom Verlaine and Malcolm McLaren for $25. Let's do 30 on those. That would be $5 off each, 15 and 15. These are near mint, really nice records. Usually Tom Verlaine stuff is, really nice or really desirable. John Stevens, 30 for both of those. That'd be $10 off, 5 each. And the Rotary Connection is Rotary Connection self-titled. Cadet, that is in shrink wrap, $24.99. Looks like it's got a little bit of water damage up here to the corner. And then $30 on that. $30 on that. What Billy Joel and Silent Running. The Billy Joel, the Bridge is in shrink wrap with hype sticker. It's $19.99. It has the original inner sleeve on that. And the Silent Running was the Silent Running soundtrack. The original soundtrack album, Silent Run, Peter Schickel. Wow, that's weird seeing that on a Decca label. But I pulled out something the other night earlier on Decca, and I was like, that's weird. It's got a promo sticker on the back, 1971. That's earlier than I thought. I thought that was from the 80s. I'm way off on that. That's 71, Silent Running. It's Rejoice in the Sun, Silent Running, sung by Joan Baez. You won the X. I know, that was the cheapest one, Walt. That was the cheapest one so far. There's a theory when it comes to collectibles. If you've got 5 things, let's say you got 5 X albums, Usually they're going to sell. One's going to sell really well, and then they're going to get cheaper, 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 cheaper. I see it all the time on eBay. It's just because the people bidding, everyone gets one. And then you'll see a really rare record pop up for sale, and then somebody has 2 or 3 copies of it, and then the next 2 or 3 bring like a third and then a third. It's just supply and demand. This is the only second Robert Fripp autograph we have, and this is Robert Fripp. It's a signed King Crimson record, and that is King Crimson Lizard. I haven't really got to show this. I wonder if Mark Fallon's watching. He could have redemption. I bet he's not watching. Usually he'll let us know if he's watching, but he missed out on the last Robert Fripp. He should be watching tonight because you get an opportunity to buy another one. It's signed right here, Robert Fripp. Very cool. Blue Sharpie in the gatefold. Also, it's a really nice copy of Lizard. Let me check the disc again. I remember looking at it when I first seen this. Oh yeah, really nice copy. It's kind of like King Crimson was. Not only was the autograph amazing, but or in the Court of the Crimson King, but the vinyl is pretty much unplayed. So yeah, that's really nice. Robert Fripp autograph. And man, I don't know. I keep saying, every time I sell one of these autographs, I keep saying, I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it. But I'll put that up for a $55 start. Robert Fripp autograph copy of Lizard. It's autographed in the gatefold. Autographed by Robert Fripp of King Crimson. I'm going to keep the record behind the jacket. $55 start on that. All right. Let's see. I'm going to put these back in here. Who asked about those? Stephen Tuttle. What else is this? Tom Verlaine is already sold. And did I miss anything else? If I missed anything else, please let me know. All right, so we have Pretty Baby, We Are the World, Phyllis Diller, Firefall, Yes Songs. Where did I get to? Ringo. Yeah, I've already flipped through these. I can make a deal on the last 2 Elvis records. Kind of a blowout deal. 20 and 10. $15 for both of them. Elvis Legendary Performer and Elvis. That's 2 LP. $15 for both of those. Wow, what did I just say? Yeah. Okay. $15 for both of those. Sometimes I speak too fast. I'm like, whoa. I just priced that half off, but that's okay. Elvis sold a few records. We've got a few laying around, don't we, Tanner? Elvis. Do we have any Elvis records? Josh, we got any Elvis records? Josh says we got lots of Elvis records. It's amazing how many I've sold and how many we still have. I remember do y'all remember when we did Elvis bundle boxes? I think I was selling 30 Elvis albums at a time. 30 at a time, I think for $50, and I sold probably 25 lots like that. And it didn't even make a dent in the mag. We got them stacked and just stacked and stacked and stacked. Oh my gosh. Hundreds of them. Still, after I've sold thousands, we still got hundreds. I'm going to reduce this so cheap that somebody has to buy it. Okay? And hopefully it just gets the bidding started. Okay? It better go up from here. If not, I'm going to have a little sick feeling to my stomach. And this is David Bowie Tonight, $25 start. Japanese pressing. It is near mint with insert. Just a $25 start for that. And then Burt Jordan gets the 2 Elvis for $15. King Crimson's at 55, 55, 60, 62, and 70. We got Brent, Gavin, and Ron all bidding. We got a Japanese and an auction up. Let me go grab a crate of more vinyl to go through. I've also got a blowout on a couple new LPs to do, just because for some reason we ended up with way too many. And when we end up with way too many of something, slash the price. Unless it's something really, really good. And this is a good title. But I'm going to go ahead and show it. I think we'll be able to sell a few copies. I've got a year ago, I had a fortune tied up in new vinyl. Like a fortune. And we reduced a lot of it, and I still have a lot. So Okay, it's marked down. It's marked down almost $10. If you don't have one already, we just got so many of them. Especially if you need a new copy. Even if you have an OG, new copy is not bad to have of this because it sounds really good. This is the Beastie Boys, License to Ill, 30th anniversary, iconic debut album, on sale for $29.99. The original sticker on that was $38.99. Fight for Your Right, No Sleep Till Brooklyn, Paul Revere. It says made in Germany on the back. Gatefold, Beastie Boys, $29.99. $29.99. If you want one of those, just comment Beastie Boys or BB or Beasties or Boys, and I will sell you one for $29.99. I've got a bunch of them. Now's the time. Okay, then our auctions. We were at 70 on Robert Fripp. Elvis Promised Land. Wayne, I'll be on the lookout for you. David Bowie, 25. David Bowie, 25. Carol Puckett's at 30. Jeff's at 31. 72 on Robert Fripp. And then the Beastie Boys for $29.99. That's sold to Scott Smith. Robert Watts, let me know if that's a claim. I don't know if you got excited and just said Beasties or if you were actually buying it. But if I take that as you're wanting one, but I'll make sure. Scott Smith. Then we have Tony Doyle. Ted Mindpiece, Brandon Jackson, Steve Merkel, and I have plenty more left. I know there's this one here in my hand, but I've got 5 or 7 more in the Beastie bins. Beastie Boys bin, Jeff Dedman. Excited. That's what I thought. Okay, but if you do want one, they're $29.99. Sometimes I have new people watching, and they comment the name of the band I'm showing with a bunch of exclamation points, and I know they're just excited. But sometimes I think you might want to buy it, so I take comments very seriously, as in you're buying it. But that's okay. Hendry also wants a Beastie Boys, and we have one to Robert Johnson. We have one to Jeff McMaster. Now we're getting low stock warning. $29.99, and after tonight they'll be back in the store for $38.99, where we have people quite often looking for a copy. So that was my original plan. I just had this back ordered. What happens is I have it back ordered with so many places, and when they all come in at once, that's what happens. Those are all $29.99. Sorry about that. No reason to be sorry. Sometimes I just see comments, and usually I'm pretty good at reading it. The first time we ever did a whatnot sale, that's what was happening. We had so many people just commenting names of bands because we were walking around the store, and I thought they were wanting to buy them, but they were just saying the name, and it got me very confused. Tim Hardin, number 1. This is a VG Plus, $34.99. Tim Hardin is a VG Plus, $34.99. QB and the Blizzards, King of the World, is a VG Plus, $29.99. King of the World, QB and the Blizzards, that's a white label promo, $29.99. Iron Butterfly Metamorphosis, EX, $17.99. And they said it couldn't be done, but we did it. The Dales, it looks like they climbed the top of Mount Everest. That is a VG Plus, $14.99. All right, let's get everybody updated on our auctions. Looks like we're about to get into a pretty interesting crate. David Bowie is at $31 with Jeff McIntosh. If anybody wants in on that, that's a Japanese press of David Bowie Tonight, $31. That's about as cheap as they're probably going to get. Update on the Robert Fripp autograph. I've got Ron Phillips at $80. And like Jimmy said, I don't think Robert Fripp is a guy who normally signs a lot of stuff. I mean, I got online trying to find comps for some of this. It's not like his autograph is rare, but yeah, he don't sign a lot. And it didn't look like he signed. It didn't look like he signed a lot of covers. It looks like he signed the insides, or he would sign. I don't know. It's just like it was hard to find a front cover signed by him. So that is at $80. John Stites is at $32 on Bowie. Mia needs to put back Bill Evans. We got to right here in this crate. Willie Nelson and Roger Miller, Old Friends. That is EX, $12.99. Warren Zevon, Excitable Boy. This is a VG copy for $14.99. This has his hits on it, Werewolves of London and Lawyers, Guns, and Money. I always note that because people's always looking for that song. They see his albums. They're always wanting to know Werewolves of London. All right, so I'm putting these back in the bin. Let me count them. I've got 3 here in my hand. If you just missed it, the Beastie Boys, License to Ill, $29.99. Let me go over here and see what else I can find. Looks like everybody may be in a new vinyl sale mode. I've got 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I've got 4 copies left. 4 copies left. I don't have a whole lot over here that I've got a bunch of multiples of. No, not really. No. Van Halen's. Let's see. I bet I could sell these for a few dollars off. Maybe $5 off. Yeah. Some more people want one. Yeah. How many more Beastie Boys do I need? 2, 1. There's 1. 1. Just 1 more. Okay. So I've got 3 left. All right. I've got the Cars, the best of the Cars. $5 off for $32.99. $5 off for $32.99. That's the best of the Cars. $5 off, $32.99. All right, Ron Phillips gets the Robert Fripp. Brent says he's out, so Ron, you get the Robert Fripp autograph for $80. That's sold to Ron Phillips for $80. Next is David Bowie Tonight, Final Call. John Stites has that for $32. John Stites has that for $32. If anybody wants Warren Zevon, it's a VG copy for $14.99. I'm going to tuck him right in there for right now. Bill Evans was put back. It's called You Must Believe in Spring. It's a near mint copy. It is $79.99. $79.99. You Must Believe in Spring. The Cars is $32.99. Jennifer Hibden wants one. And also the Beastie Boys. That may be a new buyer. That was Shannon Pace. No, I think she's bought from us before, right? Shannon, I think you've bought from us before. But either way, that's sold to you $29.99. Jennifer wants the Cars for $32.99. And I have 1 copy left. Bob McKinney. He says, I'll take a Cars. Bob, that's sold to you. That's a 2LP remaster of the Cars, $32.99. Final Call on David Bowie at $32. Jefferson Starship, Blows Against the Empire. That's a VG Plus, $14.99. Uriah Heep, Firefly, EX copy, $17.99. I need to sell some out of here. It's so full. There's about 80 records in here. I hope when I'm done, there's about 40. George Thorogood, Better Than the Rest. This is EX, $17.99. I see that Shannon just messaged our page. Thank you. She must have already knew what to do. Richie Haven, Stonehenge, VG Plus, $14.99. And Gentle Giant, Freehand. Gentle Giant, Freehand, VG Plus, $19.99. Arm Lazelle on George Thorogood. Let's go ahead and sell David Bowie to John Stites for $32. Great price on that. Great price on that. Let's go ahead and probably do my favorite autograph that we're going to do for the night. I mean, this is probably my favorite band. It's kind of what got me into all this. And this is a really nice, not only a really nice copy of Deja Vu, but it's autographed by Stephen Stills and Graham Nash. It's autographed by Stephen Stills and Graham Nash. Now, it's possible. It would be probably a lifetime. I don't know how you could get it done, but if you could get Neil and David to sign this too, that would be amazing. They're still alive. There's still a chance. There's still a chance. I know some of these like you might get a Led Zeppelin autograph signed by Jimmy Page. There's no way to get all 4. There's still a chance on this. I don't know. Is Dallas Taylor and Greg Reeves still alive? They probably are. I don't know. You might get all 5 of them or all 6 of them to sign it. So I kind of like this one. Plus, you got 2 autographs on there by 2 really big people in rock history. And it's a really important album. So I really haven't done a lot of research. But I know what it's going to take for me to sell it just on intuition and my gut. And that's a $95 start. So Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young. It's autographed by Stephen Stills and Graham Nash. And I'll start that for $95. Dallas Taylor is dead. Crosby is near impossible. I'd say so. I'd say Neil and Crosby are pretty hard people to get near. They probably don't want to see anybody or talk to anybody. So That's a really nice record. I kind of hate to see that one go, but I can't keep everything. Could y'all imagine if I wanted to keep everything that I said I wish I could keep this? I wouldn't be in business. So, all right. We had a couple offers. Brent Rabley offered 14 on Gentle Giant. Dishwalla. We had somebody get on last night and just comment Dishwalla, and then the floodgates opened. Everybody thought I was selling Dishwalla records, but to my knowledge, none of their stuff is in print, nor will it be for a long time. So, and then I had another offer, I think. So, Brent Rabley, Gentle Giant, 14. John Young bid 110 on Crosby, Stills, Nash. 95, 95, 100, 100, 115, 130. And $10 for Warren Zevon, Francis Drennan. Francis, you get that for $10. Thank you. The Gentrys, Golden Archive Series. That's a VG Plus $12.99. Randy Newman, Good Old Boys, VG Plus $24.99. And Ian Lloyd and Stories, EX $17.99. Adventures in Utopia, EX $12.99. And New Riders of the Purple Sage, VG Plus $14.99. Let me check the vinyl on this one. I remember looking at it. That means anything to you? Let me make sure they also didn't sign it in here. We've opened up some of these things and we found out they signed them. They signed them later. Definitely from Steve's collection. It has his rubber stamp on it. 1841 Broadway address. Oh yeah, this is also a really nice copy. Let me get it all the way out, but yeah, I hadn't cleaned it. After this is cleaned, I hadn't cleaned this. After this is cleaned, it will be near mint minus. This looks like a lot of these records he had autographed. I think he bought them to have them autographed, and then he didn't play them. I mean, he had so many duplicates. So, really nice. I'm going to keep the record behind the jacket this time, so we don't have to beat up the jacket anymore. And there's the autographs one more time. It's autographed by Graham Nash and Stephen Stills. But if there is a way you could get to Crosby and Young, I'd say Crosby would be very tough to get something to sign by, like John said. But I would think Neil Young would probably be the hardest person to get to out of all those, just trying to get in a room with him to get this to sign. Get it in the mail anyway to him. Just some of these people are unreachable. Like Paul McCartney. Oh my gosh, it's like trying to get to the president. Let's see here. Where did we get to? Isaac Hayes, to be continued. EX $17.99. You cannot get to Paul McCartney. I'll just go ahead and tell you. It's impossible. The Strawberry Alarm Clock, Incense and Peppermints. VG Plus $39.99. Incense and Peppermints Strawberry Alarm Clock. VG Plus $39.99. Till Tuesday, Welcome Home. EX $17.99. George Harrison, Living in the Material World. This is a VG Plus copy. VG Plus copy at $19.99. Anything in here you want to make an offer on, please do. The Beach Boys Concert, VG Plus $12.99. Anthology of Harry Chapin is EX $12.99. Yes, Fragile. This is a VG Plus on the vinyl. It does have the insert with it. It does have this insert booklet with it. Let me find it so I can show you what I'm talking about. Well, it says it does. Oh, it's on the back cover. There it is. Yeah, has this insert with it. VG Plus $14.99. Yes, Fragile. VG Plus $14.99. Let's see. 160 on Cross Stills, Nash and Young. 165 is Jimmy Hart on the Gentrys album. Let me check on that for you, David. I think I saw that earlier and I forgot to acknowledge it. Carol Seeley wants yes. Greg was second. McCartney accepted package for me via FedEx but never responded. Wow. Well, that's something. That's a story you could tell people. Where was we at? The Gentrys album. The Gentrys is VG Plus $12.99. That's not the question. The question was Jimmy Hart. I have no idea. This is a Golden Archive series. I mean, there's the picture. I can't tell you. There's no liner notes or information on this. But that's what it looks like. Hang On Sloopy, Make Up Your Mind, You Make Me Feel So Good, Keep On Dancing. But a Golden Archive series is an MGM compilation. I used to eat vegan hot dogs with Neil Young every Tuesday at a shop in Montana. Wow, that's pretty cool. Do you have him sign anything? I would be there every Tuesday with a stack of records. And then he probably wouldn't be too happy. Santana, Abraxas, EX copy, 1999. What's that? Yeah, show up with a stack of bootlegs. Say, Neil, will you sign these for me? All those unofficials, concerts. Oh my gosh, he'd probably punch you. Santana, Abraxas. This is EX 1999. 10 on the Gentrys. Sell that to David Johnson. Sure thing. Could you imagine if Paul McCartney announced, for $5,000, I'm selling 1 hour. You can come in and just chill at my house with me. The website would like crash. You can bring stuff. I'll sign it. I'll talk to you about the Beatles. I'll show you my guitars and amps and bass and instruments. $5,000, 1 hour. It would crash the internet. The Gentrys is sold for $10 to David Johnson. Bob McKinney on Santana. And then we still got some bids on Crosby, Stills, and Nash. 181, 190, 175, and now 200. 200. Arlo Guthrie, Hobo's Lullaby. EX 1799. Kiss. Yeah, Kiss could do the same thing. A lot of people could. Oh my gosh, there's no telling. Some of these, a lot of people could. They just don't want to. They don't need to. VG Plus, $14.99. Jefferson Starship, Red Octopus, VG Plus, $14.99. Buffalo Springfield, Last Time Around. That's a VG copy, $14.99. US Apple Core, VG Plus, $29.99. That has nothing to do with Apple Records. Speaking of the Beatles or Paul McCartney, that's on SSS. The US Apple Core, that's a VG Plus vinyl. It's on blue vinyl, VG minus cover, VG Plus vinyl, $29.99. 200. John Young's at $210 on Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young. James Taylor, JT. This is $12.99. James Taylor, JT. Lee Michaels Live, $24.99 for Lee Michaels Live. We're starting to make a dent in this crate. I can actually flip through it now. Feel free, keep buying. There's some great records in here. I don't know if everybody's zoned in, but we've shown some great titles. Kansas Leftoverture is a VG copy for $9.99. Tom Gent, Yankees Rebel Son. That's a VG Plus, $14.99. The 175 McCartney paid $2 for it. They sold 1 month later as high as $17,000. Wow. Yeah, the McCartney singles box. I don't know if anybody watching ended up with one of those, but they're super expensive. I tried ordering them from everywhere. I got zero. As y'all know, I'm a McCartney fan. I got zero. I tried getting them. All my distributors pulled them. They was like, yeah, we're not getting these. Paul even got some himself and sent them to personal friends and stuff. So that exact same set, it was very limited. So they were. It was a very desirable set. I don't know if anybody watching ended up with one of those, but they're expensive now. David Tate gets Kansas. Steve Miller Band, Children of the Future. That's a VG Plus, $14.99. The Who Sellout. The top seam is split. Top seam is split about a third of the way. That's a VG Plus, $39.99. The Who Sellout on Decca, VG Plus. That is $39.99. Another Side of Bob Dylan is a VG copy, $14.99. Another Side of Bob Dylan, VG copy, repress label, only $14.99. Van Morrison Wavelength, EX, $24.99. And Neil Young Live Rust, EX, $34.99. Okay, let me get another Japanese auction rolling while they're in the boxing ring over the Crosby, Stills, and Nash autographed record, which is autographed by Stephen Stills and Graham Nash. Let me put up, I think that's supposed to be sold to somebody. Make sure, see if, I'll check it after. I forgot to pull that though. All right, let's put up some Night Ranger. Do I have two in here? I guess I just have one. We'll just do this one. So 250, 250. Do you send to the UK? Yes. Mary, the way we do international shipping is you buy whatever you want. When you're ready for us to ship it, or at the end of the week, we pack it up, and then we send you the shipping cost, and then you pay for that. You pay for your invoice, you pay for the shipping cost, and then we ship it to you. International shipping is done at cost, plus a few dollars for handling and materials, because we have to take a couple extra steps, labor cost and whatnot. But we do it at cost. First class international to the UK, first class international to Canada and North America. So if we can make it go first class, it probably has to go priority though, which we'll get it at whatever the cheapest way is that you want, we'll do it. Or if you want it super expensive FedEx overseas, we can do that too, or however you want it. Okay, Night Ranger Dawn Patrol. I'm going to reduce this one to a $30 start. $30 start on Night Ranger Dawn Patrol. Japanese pressing, that is near mint. I have not sold the Isaac Hayes. As soon as this is sold, I'm going to put up Isaac Hayes. The Hollies is in shrink wrap. VG Plus on the vinyl. VG Plus on the vinyl. Yellow, orange Epic label. Walt Disney Cinderella. Cinderella is a VG Plus 1999. VG Plus on the vinyl. Cinderella. Jennifer's in on Ranger. Night Ranger at $30. Stick It, Buddy Rich, $14.99. No condition notes on that one. Duke Ellington, Indigos. This is a 1958 mono 6-eye, $24.99. Duke Ellington Indigos in the original Columbia bag, $24.99 on that. Night Ranger is $31. Now with John Lang. Buddy Rich is sold to Robert Johnson. We have, let's see. There's a lot just happened right there. Jeff McMaster, you were second on Buddy Rich. Brad is at, let's see, Brad's at 15 on Cinderella. And then we had two other claims for Cinderella. Brenda asked how much, and then Jennifer. Okay, so Brad, if you want Cinderella for $19.99, you can have it. If you pass, that goes to Jennifer Hibden. And then Mark Cunningham on Duke Ellington. That's who's supposed to have that Prince Purple Rain. If that's not his ticket, well, but we agree to a price. I'll just do that after the sale, but I think it's supposed to be $50. And then he gets Duke Ellington. All right, so, wow, a lot of activity. Let me get this cleared up. Brad Bolin passes, so that's sold to Jennifer Hibden at sticker. And then John Young bid $300 on that. Mark Cunningham got Duke Ellington here. That's sold to Mark at sticker. And then Brenda, Cinderella's already sold. Jennifer Hibden's at $35 on Night Ranger. And then Crosby, Stills, and Nash, $305, $320, $325. So we're bidding on this autographed copy of Deja Vu. It's autographed by Stephen Stills and Graham Nash, 100% authentic. And then it's Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. That's the name of the artist of the album, Deja Vu. Hopefully you already know that. But just so everybody knows what we're bidding on, it's also a really nice copy. There's the autographs. They're pretty solid. Really no fading or wear. Stephen Stills is quite bold. He actually autographed right over Neil Young's head. And there's actually Stephen Stills right there. That's Neil Young. And then there's Graham Nash. He actually autographed over himself. Pretty solid. The first line of the G, it's a little faded. But other than that, it's really solid. Nice copy. This is an original press, so it's also a nice original press too. Gatefold. Got the foiling. Of course, this is a really cool cover. This is an actual photograph they pasted onto the cover. And then there's David Crosby. And then Dallas Taylor and Greg Reeves. All right. So high bid on this. It looks like we're down to two. John says he's out. We're down to two bidders, Jeff and Brent. Brent is back in on the high bidder at $330. $330. Now, John Lang is out on Night Ranger. Jennifer has this for $40, going once, going twice. And we have, do you do PayPal? Do you do global shipping? USPS, roll mail tags, import anything over 15. There's a way you can pay through PayPal. We invoice through Square. We'll send you an invoice, and there's a way you can use your PayPal account to pay. You can also use any credit or debit card. Also, if you have a, what's that? We can ship UPS too. Yes, and we can ship. Yeah, we can ship whichever way you want. We'll usually go the cheapest route. So, okay, first time, Duke Ellington and Count Basie. This is a 1962 mono. 1962 mono, 6-eye. Really nice copy of this. Duke Ellington, Count Basie, $29.99. That's a 62 mono near mint. Milt Jackson Vibrations. Milt Jackson Vibrations. That's in shrink wrap, $29.99. That's a 1964 mono on Atlantic. And then Moody Blues, 7th Sojourn, $14.99. And History of Eric Clapton. This is $34.99. This is a 2LP Clapton compilation on yellow Atco. It has some of his early blues stuff with John Mayall. It has stuff with Cream, Blind Faith, and then some of his solo stuff. Derek and the Dominoes, Layla. That is $34.99. Okay. Brent is out on this, so now it's down to Jeff McMaster. I'm about to sell it, so if you were waiting for everybody to say out, it's now down to one person. So if you want to bid, I think everybody's in and done. This is at $333. Stephen Stills, Graham Nash, autographed copy of Deja Vu. It looks like it's going to go to Jeff. Final warning, $333. I don't have another one. I'll let you know. You know, we've been selling some autographs I got duplicates of. This final warning to Brent and John Young. I do not have another record that's autographed by Stephen Stills and Graham Nash. I do have another Graham Nash autograph. I think I've got 2 more. I may even have 3 more Graham Nash. I'm almost positive this is the only thing I've got autographed by Stephen Stills and Graham Nash. I do have a couple more Graham Nash autographs, but it's not like I'm going to pull another one out. This is, I promise, that's the only one I have. If I find another one, I'll be shocked, okay? I'll be shocked, and I may end up keeping it. But just so you know, I'll be very honest about that. Graham Nash, I do have multiples. I don't have another Stephen Stills Graham Nash one. Okay, then next is Jeff McMaster. He's first on Count Basie, CB. And then he also wanted MJ, which is Milt Jackson. And then Jamie Butler, you were next on that. And I think I've convinced John Young to bid again. He is at $340. I have 2 more Graham Nash for sure. There may be 3. Actually, they're behind the, are they behind the counter still? I may have moved them into the office, Doug, or excuse me, Ed. Okay. Another one. Yeah, I know we have at least 1 more of those, or 2 more. So, okay, Clapton. Everything in here is buy it now, best offer. Then we have Heavy Cream, which is a 2LP, also an Eric Clapton and Cream compilation. $34.99 on that. $34.99 on that. I skipped 2 records here. Let me get them back out. We got Jay and the Techniques. It looks like we've had a lot of these pop up lately, and a lot of people are usually first or second. What I'm trying to say is multiple people have been wanting them. This is Apple Peaches Pumpkin Pie, Jay and the Techniques, $19.99. This is another really nice copy in shrink wrap, most likely from that Atlantic. He had like 9 copies of this. I think he kept buying them and kept buying them, trying to find perfect copies. And there's just some records you can open them and buy them sealed, and it's just hard to find a mint one. A lot of jazz records are that way. The New Christie Minstrels, Merry Christmas, $9.99. $9.99. Traffic on the Road, $19.99. Traffic on the Road, $19.99. And we have Jamaica, Ahmad Jamal, Jamaica. That is $29.99. I think the crates of unprocessed autographs are in the office. I think I put them all together, condensed them into 3 bins in there. Classic love songs, Earl Thomas Conley, Vince Gill, Alabama, Dolly Parton, The Judds, Eddie Rabbitt, $19.99. Wow, the feeds went quiet. Where was we at? We can go ahead and sell Night Ranger for $40 to Jennifer Hibden. You get that. And then John Young bid $340 on Crosby, Stills, and Nash. I think Brent is back out, but now it's down to Jeff and John, because I know Jeff's probably still interested, but John's back in at $340. $340 on that. Let me go ahead and do Isaac Hayes. It looks like Brent's back in too. My convincing, I'm telling you, I don't have another one signed by Stephen Stills and Graham Nash. I wish I had my cell phone so I could read you all the story from Steve. Actually, let me do that since we got some time and it's a pretty interesting story. I may not read it all, but let me find my other cell phone. I've got 2 cell phones, and some days I need 3s. I've got 7 missed calls on this other line. 7 missed calls on my other cell phone. That's not an exaggeration either. Let's see here. Where is Steve? Let's see. I don't save numbers. Let's see. How I got the autograph, Stephen Stills and Graham Nash, September 21st, 1985, Chastain Park Amphitheater. It was a cool September evening. I was happy for the opportunity to see Crosby, Stills, and Nash. And as with most concerts, I was going to try to get their autographs. Immediately after the final song, I attempted to get backstage, but quickly realized that was not going to happen. So I left the venue and walked around the back of the facility. There were 3 tour buses parked in the back. Other than myself, there were 3 other fans warning about trying to meet the band. The first bus we tried ended up being David Crosby's. It was a no-go. The inside was dark with the curtains pulled. Who knows what was going on within? We moved on. The next bus belonged to Stephen Stills. You could see Stephen Stills sitting at a table by the window. That alone was enough incentive for us to knock on the bus door. No one answered. So bold soul among us opened the unlocked door, and the 4 of us walked in. Stephen was sitting alone, drinking a glass of orange juice. There was no one else on the bus, no security, nothing. He was not happy with our intrusion. He jumped up, questioned how we got in, blasting the bus horn. So it looks like they got on the bus, and Stephen Stills was very unhappy. The 3 people I walked in with were more drunk, high merrymakers, and hardcore fans. They started asking him to autograph scraps of paper, not exactly something that warranted his time or interest. I, however, held a stack of albums. He quickly and politely signed everything and then escorted us off the bus and locked the door. Next was Graham Nash's bus, totally dark and empty. Stumbling associates. Let me just skim through this. This is a longer text than I thought it was. There was no security backstage, so I went in. Off the side stood Graham Nash. He seemed to always be talking to someone too polite, so I walked in. I followed him, went straight to the urinal without hesitation. I walked up beside him and asked for an autograph. Wow, so Graham Nash was at the urinal when he asked for his autograph. He looked at me. He said, "Give me a second." When we finished, we continued to stay by the urinal, made small talk about the Hollies. He graciously signed everything, even under the strange circumstances Stephen Stills Graham Nash was stealing. He stayed a little longer to meet David Crosby, and it did not happen. There you go. Sorry for all that, but I figured the 3 people bidding on that would want to hear that. So it looks like 1985, he went to a Crosby, Stills, and Nash concert. He got on Stephen Stills' tour bus unannounced. Stephen Stills did sign this. He said he had albums, but this is the only one I've seen. And then he went to Graham Nash backstage, found him peeing at the urinal, and he got Graham Nash to sign multiple albums. Now, I haven't seen any other Stephen Stills. Have you, Ed? I haven't seen but that one. And me and Ed went through all of them yesterday. So I don't know if they could still be hiding. Yeah, they could be in the back. We hadn't found them. I need to tell John to look. But in the crates where he set aside all of his autographs, that's all he had. So there's the story. If anybody wants that, I'll copy and paste it and send it to you, whoever ends up buying this. But that's the story. So when was that? September 21st, 1985, Chastain Park Amphitheater. I'm assuming that's in Georgia, but I really don't know. David Crosby's bus was already locked, but he did get on Stephen Stills, and he found Graham Nash backstage. So Graham Nash touched this right after he got done peeing. There you go. All right, now where did we get to? 340 on Crosby, Stills, and Nash, 345, 350, 365. Francis Drennan said, "Love songs, $15. That's this one right here. Sell that to Francis for $15. Let's see. Armazell said Eric Clapton and Heavy Cream bundle. Eric Clapton and Heavy Cream. I will sell both of those, 35 and 35. 60. I'll do $55 for both of them. $55 for both of them. Heavy Cream and History of Eric Clapton. $55 for both of those. Jeff McMaster says he's at $380 on the DNA. Yeah. Sounds like Stephen Stills was a little unhappy. They basically walked onto his bus unannounced. And man, I would even in 2022. I don't know. I feel like I'd get shot by security, even if it was somebody I really, really wanted to meet. I guess 85 was a different time though. Arm Lazelle said sold. This is sold to Arm Lazelle for $55. That's for both of them. The Hollies, we had an autographed Hollies earlier. We sold it, and we do have more Hollies autographs, though. We do have more Hollies autographs signed. According to Steve's story, it sounded like he had a stack of albums. And that's, we sold one tonight, and then there's the other, and I know I have a couple more, so. Okay, the Isaac Hayes is Black Moses. To Steve. I don't know the story on this. I've been wanting to text Steve for all these stories, and I'm sure he remembers, but I don't know which ones I'm selling what nights, but I will reach out to him soon. If you did buy an autograph from me and you want the story, the provenance behind it, I don't mind to text him, and he probably don't mind to tell you how he got it. I think this is a really nice copy. I can't remember. Yeah, this is also a nice copy of Black Moses. Just the records itself, and those hadn't been cleaned, but they appear to be very nice. Isaac Hayes, that's a $35 start. $35 start. To Steve, Isaac Hayes, signed by Isaac Hayes, copy of Black Moses 2LP, $35 start for that. Okay, now condition of traffic. The Hollies that's in here, George, if that may have been what you're asking about. The Hollies is on an orange Epic label. It's a VG Plus $14.99. Let's see. Where did we get to? Condition of traffic. Was there a traffic record in here? Yeah, On the Road. On the Road was, it's about EX. It's about EX on that one. It has some of that like acidic transfer on the vinyl. The Mod Jamal was $29.99. That's in shrink wrap. And Sweethearts of the Rodeo, $14.99. Sweethearts of the Rodeo, $14.99. Near mint copy. For the show, the Statlers picture disc. This is $19.99. And Ultra Deluxe Duke Ellington, $14.99. Ultra Deluxe Duke Ellington, $14.99. Duke Ellington. That's a French pressing. And we have Earl Thomas Conley, Fire and Smoke, $14.99 for Earl Thomas Conley. Getz and Gilberto number 2. That is a 1966 Capitol Record Club, $24.99. Chuck Berry's Greatest Hits. Chuck Berry's Greatest Hits is $24.99. Jerry Lee Lewis, $9.99. Jerry Lee Lewis, self-titled. And Gemini Man on the Power Record label. Kids record, story. It looks like a 4-story from the Gemini Man, 1975. That's $29.99. Okay, we got a couple bidders on the Duke Ellington, the Isaac Hayes. Let's see. Isaac Hayes is at $40. Then we had $50. Then we got $60 with John Edwards. So Dan Rice and John Edwards are both bidding on that. John's at $60. And then we got C. Michael Nath on the Duke Ellington. So I think we got a couple new bidders right now and new buyers. C. Michael Nath. I'm going to call you Michael Nath if that's okay. I've got you down for the Duke Ellington. We just shared the link to our group. First of all, let me announce that. If you're not in our private group, make sure you're in there. We're approaching 4,000 members. I post pre-orders of new releases, on sale, deals, flip crates, announcements, etc. Make sure you're in there. But if you're a first-time buyer, please make sure you message our page. We need you in our Facebook inbox. If you're watching on YouTube, It's a whole different set of instructions, but if you're on Facebook, make sure you send us a message, and we will take care of you from there. We need to figure out where we're at on this. Did Brent say, I think it's down to Brent and Jeff. John says out again, at least for the moment. We got Jeff at the high bidder, $380. $380 on the autographed copy of Deja Vu. $380. That's the current bid. Brent, I don't think I've seen an out from you, but if you are, send it again, or you can bid $400. Your call. Probably $500. Yeah, go ahead and bid $9. No. Isaac Hayes is at $60 with John Edwards. Final call on that. Final call on that. Sherry Darnell wants the Hollies if George Lyle passes. George, let me know if you do want the Hollies. If not, we're going to sell that to Sherry Darnell. Dan Rice is at $75 on the Isaac Hayes. Still bidding on that. Okay, where did we get to? Gemini Man. We also have Superman. Superman is $19.99. Division of Peter Pan Records. Power, Superman. That's some stories in there. $19.99. Lonnie Mack, the Wham of that Memphis Man. $19.99. Lonnie Mack. $19.99. George Delisle says he'll pass, so that goes to Sherry Darnell. John Edwards is backing on the Isaac Hayes at $80. Robert Johnson on the Superman. And I'm just waiting to see if Brent is done on the Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Where are we? We are at $380. And I don't know if you heard it earlier, but I don't know if you signed off, but I gave the story behind this, which was pretty interesting. He met Graham Nash at the urinal backstage. So, I don't know. He probably turned around and handed. I don't know if he had time to wash his hands. Jeff McMaster on GG. What was GG? That was, what was that? Getz and Gilberto. Sell that to Jeff McMaster. Jesse Hood said he would give $30 for the Who sellout. Sell that to Jesse for $30. And Brent, you can bid if you're out. I'm gonna immediately sell it to Jeff as soon as you say out. No other time to think. So it's gonna be immediately sold. John Cougar Mellencamp, Lonesome Jubilee, $19.99. John Cougar Mellencamp, Lonesome Jubilee. This is $19.99. Really nice copy. $19.99. The Oscar Peterson Trio with Roy Eldridge, Sonny Stitt, and Joe Jones. This is a Japanese pressing, $39.99. This is The Cars, Heartbeat City, $34.99 for The Cars, Heartbeat City, $34.99. Has one visible scuff right here, but other than that, it's a really nice copy. Pat Metheny Group, Off Ramp, $14.99. The Early Beatles is a VG Plus Orange Capital label. VG Plus Orange Capital label. That is $24.99. The Crazy World of Arthur Brown is a VG Plus, $29.99. Crazy World of Arthur Brown. Dan Rice back in on the Hayes at $85. And Fats Domino, Fats on Fire. Fats on Fire, Fats Domino. That's a VG Plus, $19.99. Dan Rice, $85 on Isaac Hayes. John back in at $90. And then we've got John Young on the Early Beatles, the Orange Capital label. That's sold. He says he don't need it. Never mind. So if anybody still wants that, it's still available. And we've got John Cougar Mellencamp 15 to Jennifer. Sell that to Jennifer for 15. Okay. Brent Rabel said he'd give 14 for Fats Domino. Sold. Dan and John are still bidding on this. John has it right now at 90 to Steve. Isaac Hayes. Black Moses autographed. The vinyl's in really good condition too. And then the Crosby, Stills, and Nash is it's between Jeff and Brent. And Brent is at $385. What a cool story. And what an awesome piece there. Okay, Dan's out on the Isaac Hayes, so John Edwards has that for $90. He has that for $90. I'm going to read through titles here. Scott Smith said 12 on Pat Metheny, sold. As you see, I'm pretty flexible tonight on prices. Jeff McMaster is right behind him at $14.99. I already said sold for 12. Sometimes if an offer passes or appears fast enough, I'll sell it for the higher price to the first person if they want it, but sometimes it pops up late. Scott got that for 12. Yeah. So Jeff, just waiting on you. Once again, if you say out, I'm going to sell it to Brent. It's between y'all two. It's unless somebody gets in right now. Okay, let me read through the titles. If you want prices and conditions, let me know. Or if you already know and you want to make an offer. We have the Dales, QB and the Blizzards, Tim Harden, Iron Butterfly, Willie Nelson and Roger Miller, Jefferson Starship, Uriah Heep, Richie Havens, Randy Newman, Ian Lloyd and Stories, Utopia, New Riders of the Purple Sage, Isaac Hayes, The Strawberry Alarm Clock, Incense and Peppermints, VG Plus, $39.99. I can't believe no one's got in on this. Incense and Peppermints, an OG press on Uni. This is $39.99. VG Plus, $39.99 on Strawberry Alarm Clock. Till Tuesday, Welcome Home. EX, $17.99. Till Tuesday, Welcome Home. George Harrison, Welcome to the Material World. VG Plus, Welcome to the Material, or excuse me, Welcome. Living in the Material World. This should have a booklet with it. This is a really tough cover to find in good condition. It does have this book with it. Actually, does it fold out? What goes on here? Oh, it's just like, I think this insert is stuck to the cover or something. That's not good. Huh. Kind of strange. Yeah, the cover looks like it's got wet up here at the top. Tough to find a good cover on that. That is VG Plus on the vinyl. We'll have to call that cover a VG or probably worse on that, unfortunately. Now keep in mind, if you don't make offers on these, I'm probably going to end up putting some of these in discount bins later. And y'all know how the discount bins are. I mean, I may end up throwing that in a $9.99 discount bin sometime next week. So don't be afraid to make an offer. And wow, John's back in. Third time. Now Jeff's out. How many? I think at least one time everybody has got out, except Jeff. I think everybody has been out at one time and then back in, except Jeff. Brent's back in at 390. Or excuse me, John Young's back in at 390. So John and Jeff. Maybe Brent gets back in. Who knows? No, Jeff got out and left it to Brent. Yeah, man, I don't know. Y'all are confusing me. John has it for 390 though. They can't make up their mind. Isaac Hayes is sold to John Edwards for $90. John Edwards, you get that. And I think you messaged the page earlier asking what time the sale started. So you're already in our inbox. But if you want to message us your email address and mailing address, that is sold to you. You get the Isaac Hayes autograph. I do have other Isaac Hayes autographs. So if you're interested in collecting his records, especially autographed, tune in next week. I think I've got 2 or 3 more Isaac Hayes autographs. They were all signed. I will get the story behind those. Like I said, if anybody has bought an autograph from us and you want to know the provenance of how Steve got the autograph, please let me know. And please let me know, and I'll get that story for you. Yeah, we're not too far from the air horn, are we? Let's see. Jeff says he's going to the men's room. He says he needs a pause on the auction for a second. Okay. Might be the longest auction we've ever had. What did I start this for? $95? And I was worried. I was like, man, I hope we have a couple bidders, because I didn't want it to go, like for 100 and something. I was going to be sick. So the Beach Boys concert, if you want prices or condition on these, let me know. Anthology of Harry Chapin. This should have Cats in the Cradle. This is like his greatest hit. So if you don't want to buy all the Harry Chapin albums, this is like you put it on and you can listen to Harry Chapin, including Cats in the Cradle. That's EX. It's got a big scuff across it. Non-feeler, $12.99. Arlo Guthrie, $17.99. Jefferson Starship. Buffalo Springfield. Speaking of Stephen Stills, we've got U.S. Apple Corps. James Taylor. Lee Michaels Live. Tom Gent. Steve Miller Band, Children of the Future. Another Side of Bob Dylan. Van Morrison, Wavelength. Neil Young, Live Rust, EX 34.99. Moody Blues, Seventh Sojourn. Jay and the Techniques, Apple Peaches Pumpkin Pie, $19.99. New Christy Minstrels is $9.99. Traffic is $19.99. Ahmad Jamal is $29.99. Sweethearts of the Rodeo, $14.99. Four for the Show, The Statlers, $19.99. Earl Thomas Conley, $14.99. And Chuck Berry's Greatest Hits, $24.99. I'll give you $1,800 if you throw in that stereo butcher cover, but I want an air horn. I think the last time I showed the butcher cover, didn't I say $2,000 just for that? I think that's my price, right? I'm pretty sure. Now you're trying to do some kind of wild bundling. Well, we gotta sell this first, and then we can talk about the butcher cover later. But we gotta sell that first. We gotta at least sell that first. Earl Thomas Conley for $9. That's sold to Clay Moore, right? If John gives $18.50 and you move $50 on the Beatles album, I'm out. And now I'm confused. $18.50. Carol Puckett said $20 on Neil Young. $20 on Neil Young. EX. Live Rust. Oh, I was at $15. Oh my gosh. I offered it that cheap. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I ever offered it that cheap, did I? I don't know, I may have. I know y'all keep me straight on it. Neil Young, I'll sell that, Carol, $25. Do you remember the Neil Young I got last night? We can check. We can check. Chuck Berry, $20. C. Michael Nath, sell that for $20. You got it. Let's see. Butcher cover's damaged. Jeff McMaster's at $14 on Jamal. Sherry Darnell wants Buffalo Springfield, Harry Chapman, and Another Side of Bob Dylan. She gets a 3-in-1 comment. I just sold Jamal to Jeff for $14.99. And what does Sherry want? She wants Buffalo Springfield, Harry Chapman. There's Dylan. The other ones are right back here. There's Springfield, and Chapin was... Oh, somebody offered $30 for this, and I meant to pull it. Tom Ulanowski. Tom Ulanowski offered $30 for Strawberry Alarm Clock. Tom, I'm going to sell that to you for $30. Thank you. And then we need to find Harry Chapman. Sell those to Sherry Darnell. Chapin, Buffalo, Bob. Let's see here. George Lyle, Oscar Peterson. Was it Oscar Peterson, $20? Let's see. What was Peterson? Peterson. Hey, there's another Isaac Hayes record, by the way. It's not autographed, but it's to be continued. Let's see. Early Beatles, Arthur Brown, The Car. Oh, right here. George Lyle said 20. I can't do that. But, oh, well, before that is Simeon, Jamal Peterson. Simeon, the Jamal already sold, but here's what I'm going to do. If you want this, let's see. Simeon, you can have this for $25. If you pass, then George can have it for $25. Okay? Let's see. So 25 and 25, that's Simeon's if he wants it. If he passed, George Lyle can have it. All right. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where we're at on the Crosby, Stills, and Nash. I need to know from Jeff McMaster. I just need to get word from you. Okay? John Young's at $390. John Young's at $390. And then if John wins this, we will have a serious talk on the butcher cover tonight. John Young has this for $390. I'm waiting for Jeff to bid. Jeff, you still can bid. It's still available. If not, we're going to set it aside. And then Carol Puckett. Does Carol Puckett have a Neil Young album on his invoice? If he does, let me know the title. And then Carol, let me know if you do want that for 25. You're probably wanting to know which one on that. And then George Delisle gets the Oscar Peterson here for 25. All right. I'm going to read through these titles one more time because there's still some great stuff in here. I'm going to read through them one more time. We have the early Beatles, Crazy World of Arthur Brown. This is Fire. I am the God of Hellfire. I give you fire. That's Oscar or Arthur Brown here. That is VG Plus $29.99. The Cars Heartbeat City, Lonnie Mack. Gemini Man, Jerry Lee Lewis. The Statlers Picture Disc. Sweethearts of the Rodeo, Traffic. New Christie Minstrels, Jay and the Techniques. Carol, you got Neil Young Decade for $24.99. That's what you got last night. Thank you. Jay and the Techniques, Moody Blues, Van Morrison, Steve Miller, Tom Gent, Lee Michaels, James Taylor, U.S. Apple Corps, Jefferson Starship, Arlo Guthrie, The Beach Boys, George Harrison, Till Tuesday, Isaac Hayes, New Riders of the Purple Sage, Utopia, Ian Lloyd, Randy Newman, Richie Havens, Uriah Heep, Blows Against the Empire, Willie Nelson. We have Iron Butterfly, Tim Hardin, QB and the Blizzards, and the Dales. Patrick Carter wants the Cars. And this auction is concluded. Let me make sure, Brent said something earlier, 1851. This on here. Okay. So, John Young, congratulations. Somehow you managed to end up with this for $390. Now, what's your absolute? What was his offer earlier? $18.50 for that and the butcher cover. So let me think on that. Which we'll say $400. So I'll bring that over here in just a second, and we can talk about that. But if not, I'm about to change crates. And then Carol, if you want this one for $25, it's yours. I had it marked $34.99, but it is EX condition. I can't believe no one else wanted it, but that's up to you. I'd only be moving $40. I know. But it is a butcher cover. You know where that's been too since that night? It's in one of those black crates over there. No, the ones that stacked up with my backpack on them. I don't know which one. It's actually, if you find it, it has some putbacks in the back. It has a Fleetwood Mac Rumors Palace. There's a lot of different stuff in there. That's been that's been in a crate. That's been in a crate since I showed it that night. I hadn't done anything with it. I hadn't posted it. I hadn't done anything with it. It's been in that crate since that night, that exact crate. So that was a hard fought battle. Yeah. Carol, 25 if you want it. If not, Jonathan Berg. Carol may be buying my pants, my Ron Wood pants. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Ed. Let me go grab another crate so we can be going through that. He does one. He was just curious which one he had. So, okay. Let's go through. Man, I wish I could find that crate. I guess it's over here. I had a crate of stuff. It was an on-sale flip crate. But you know what? I don't know if I ever did show it because the titles I may have. Yeah, Uriah Heep. I may go to the back very quickly and grab a crate if I can find one fast enough. I don't know what's in this, but it's heavy. It's so full I can't even. There's a lot of records in here. Okay. Sold along with your pants. Well, I'm wearing shorts right now, but if you end up buying the Ron Wood display, I'll give you my shorts too. I'll even give you the shirt off my back, which has holes in it. Look. I'm not much on buying new clothes. Except suits. I like suits when I have to wear them. Okay. Let's show this. Yeah, we're going to pause at 10 o'clock tonight for everybody watching and for my help here. I'm sure they're curious too. We're going to pause at 10 o'clock tonight, just so everybody knows. 10 o'clock's when we're pausing, 23 minutes. Let me show this butcher cover to John Young and anybody else. I have a feeling me and John may do a deal on it. The Beatles, yesterday and today. The unbelievable story behind this. Of course, only the Beatles would have a record that was recalled, and now 50 years later, it's collecting galore, unlike anything else. Let's start up here. So this was a peeled cover. At one time, it was originally made like this. Then it had the trunk cover pasted over it, and then somebody took it and peeled that off. They did a pretty good job for an amateur peel. They messed up right up here, and they messed up right up here. So right there on John's right wrist, and then up here in the corner. That's the only like tears. And then right here, those aren't really tears. That's still residue. That can actually be peeled off. The spines, starting with the top spine is almost, right at a third split. The bottom spine is the worst. The bottom spine is pretty much completely split. This piece down here is also missing. And then the spine is not split, but it is it's got some chipping down here and a little bit up here. And this, of course, is a stereo, which total production, 85% were mono, 15% were stereo. So stereo is a lesser population that was out there. And of course, this isn't really too important, but this is the original inner sleeve. I do have a sealed revolver. I don't know if I told y'all that or John. I found it in the back. I forgot we had it. I do have a sealed copy of Revolver. I need to bring that out soon and promote that. So there's yesterday and today. Stereo, original, the right disc, of course. The vinyl, it's VG, like most are, VG plus. So, and then there's that. So. All right. I hadn't brought that out since the night I showed it, I don't think. Okay, let me bring out for the next 20 minutes. Let's go through this crate. I can't get this stuff out. We've got these so packed. There's probably 100 LPs in here. I don't know what's in here, but we're about to find out. Let me just get some of them out. Put back. All right. No one wants your shorts, or maybe you could auction those. I bet I could. The final minutes of the Titans loss. Don't say that. Oh my gosh. All right, so this was a putback from last night. It's Emerson, Lake and Palmer Tarkus. It's a VG Plus $14.99. We've got Roberta Flack, Chapter 2, $19.99. These are all buy it now, best offer. Roberta Flack, Chapter 2. That is in shrink wrap. VG Plus $19.99. The Guess Who is $14.99. The Guess Who is $14.99. Sony grown in Canada. Ted Nugent is $14.99. These are all buy it now, best offer. Bobby Whitlock, One of a Kind, is $19.99. Bobby Whitlock, One of a Kind. Al Stewart, Indian Summer. Al Stewart Live, Indian Summer, $24.99. Any more Japanese? Yeah, we probably have time for one more auction. I got Charlie Daniels, Peter Frampton, Wham, Simon & Garfunkel, Atlanta Rhythm Section, Billy Squire, Boz Scaggs, Mick Jagger, Simon & Garfunkel, Clapton, Warren Zevon, Willie Nelson, Three Dog Night, Pat Benatar, The Fix, Willie Nelson, Loverboy. Let's do another Night Ranger for a $25 start. We did one earlier. There is Night Ranger, Big Life, $25 start. $25 start. Dan Fogelberg Souvenirs, $9.99. Dan Fogelberg Souvenirs. And Merle Haggard and the Strangers, The Land of Many Churches, with special guest Bonnie Owens and the Carter Family, $24.99. Night Ranger is a $25 start. Big Life. Let's see. Chris Crowley wants Guess Who. That was sewn and grown in Canada. That's sold to Chris Crowley. Jennifer Hibden said she'd like to see Wham, Charlie Daniels, and Boz Scaggs. All right, give me a second on those. Night Ranger was huge in Japan. Yeah. Leon Redbone, Double Time, $19.99. Lindsey Buckingham, Law and Order, $19.99. I hope y'all can see these. Kim Carnes, Voyeur, that's $9.99. And Ohio Express, Mercy, $19.99 for Ohio Express. Loverboy, Keep It Up, that's $19.99. And James Taylor Flag, that one has the sticker on it, $19.99. Let me just show you, Jennifer, here's what I have in Wham. It's the ones we have all the time, but if you want one, I'll make you a deal on one. I've got 2 different Wham albums in stock. Jennifer, if you want either one of them, except that one, never mind, that one was check condition. These are $45. I have sold probably 50 of them. They're $45 if you want one. It's a near mint copy of Wham, Make It Big, with Obi, shrink wrap, and hop sticker. Tommy Flowers, the Charlie Daniels. It's a check condition record. It's EX. If you want it, I'll sell it to you for $25. Million Mile Reflections. And then it looks like we got some interest in Boz Scaggs. Let me just put him up for auction, I guess, and I'll go ahead and end Night Ranger. Did anybody bid on Night Ranger? Okay, if anybody wants Night Ranger, quick, buy it now. Very good price. If you want that, you better comment fast, just $25. I'll instead put up Boz Scaggs for a $25 start. This is Boz Scaggs, Middleman, near mint Japanese, pristine copy. Has the insert, inner sleeve, and near mint vinyl. That's a $25 start. Jennifer wants a Wham, so that's $45. Does anybody else want them? I mean, I've got these in stock like they're new. This is because there were so many sold in Japan. We've got them, $45. Jennifer Hibden wants Kim Carnes. That's sold to Jennifer Hibden. Michael Nath said he'd give $15 for James Taylor, sold. Jennifer got the Wham, of course. And then Gerard says he'll do $25 on Charlie Daniels Band. That's the one he has. All right, so sell that to Gerard for $25. And John Young on the butcher cover. Okay, he's going to pass. Okay. I was about to say, well, I was going to tell you what I would take for it. If anybody else is curious, I think I've only shown it one time, and my price was $1,500, and it's still my price, but if anybody does want it, $1,450. The night we originally showed this, a lot of people was watching, a lot of new people. I guess they thought maybe I was going to start it for like $1 or something, but obviously know what I have, and I'm not in any hurry to sell it. Not in any hurry to sell it whatsoever, but $1,450, and that's like what I'd sell it for. So, if you need a piece of Beatles history, that's a good start, I guess, if you don't have one. Okay, David Johnson, it is on Boz Scaggs at $25. Which Ohio players? Did I say Ohio players? Did I say Ohio players? Well, there's some good records in here. I'm seeing the tops of them. Let's see. I don't think I've shown an Ohio players, did I, Jeff? Or did I, everybody? Let's see. And this crate was Leon Redbone, Lindsey Buckingham, it was Ohio Express, excuse me. Ohio Express. I don't know if I said Ohio players or not, but it's Ohio Express. 10 Years After, Rock and Roll Music, $19.99. Foghat Night Shift is $14.99. The Rockets, No Ballads, that's $14.99. The Edgar Winter Group, they only come out at night. VG Plus, $14.99. Frankenstein. Montrose, Jump On It, that's EX, $17.99. Oh, Waylon Jennings, that's $24.99. Pure Prairie League Dance, $19.99 on that. And Vanilla Fudge Renaissance, that's a 1968 UK press, $39.99. Jeff says Buckingham details. Lindsey Buckingham, Buckingham Law and Order, near mint on the vinyl, $19.99. EX Plus to near mint, I'll say. Has the original inner sleeve, gatefold cover. That is $19.99. Ooh, Led Zeppelin. VG minus. Ooh, again. $14.99. VG minus Led Zeppelin 4. $14.99. That one's a little rough. James Taylor, Dad Loves His Work. $19.99. Dan Fogelberg and Tim Weisberg, two sons, twin sons of different mothers. $9.99. Roger Daltrey, One of the Boys, is $19.99. And Rick Gretsch, The Last 5 Years, $14.99. Jan and Dean, Dead Man's Curve, is $14.99. And Merle Haggard, Serving 190 Proof, $14.99. In shrink wrap, Emmylou Harris, Luxury Liner, $9.99. Survivor, Vital Signs, $24.99. Foghat Night Shift, $14.99. James Gang, Live in Concert, $19.99. Another James Gang Live in Concert. Arlo Guthrie, Alice's Restaurant, $24.99. Linda Ronstadt, Living in the USA, $9.99. Quarter Flash is $19.99. Sell Jeff McMaster, Buckingham for $14.99. And David Johnson, You Get Boz Skaggs for $25. Sell that to David Johnson. Where did I get to here? Another Leon Redbone. That Boy Chevy Noah, $14.99. Foghat Boogie Motel. A lot of Foghat in here if anybody wants a bundle. $14.99. Fleetwood Mac, Mystery to Me, $24.99. I think this is an album that has Christine McVie's on this one. I'm pretty sure. Hold the phone. $24.99. Yeah. Christine McVie. Mick Fleetwood, John McVie, Bob Welch, Bob Weston. Hendry's at $12 on Edgar. That's sold to Hendry for $12. Let's see here. Where did we get to? Carole King, Touch the Sky, $14.99. And Steppenwolf for Ladies Only. That's a 1999er, and that's a UK press. Pink Probe. Pink Probe. UK press of that. All right, so no one wanted the Night Ranger. Let me see if I have any more quick buy it nows on Japanese records. I've almost sold half of this crate tonight. That's good. Here's a couple very quick deals. These are identical and they're pristine. If anybody needs a Simon & Garfunkel greatest hits, here's a good start. These are only $25. 17 of their all-time greatest recordings. If there's a Simon & Garfunkel song, it's going to be on here. America, you know, all the Sounds of Silence. Those are near mint with Obi. They're pretty much identical. $25 if you need one of those. Tony Doyle said he'd give 10 on the James Gang Live. Let me find that. It's yours at 10. Sell that to Tony Doyle. Where did I get to here? The Greatest of Nat King Cole, Volume 1. $19.99. Greatest of Nat King Cole. Burbank's Finest. This is a Warner Brothers compilation, $19.99. Artists include Doobie Brothers, James Taylor, Faces with Rod Stewart, Wendy Wallman, Nielsen and Cher, Curtis Mayfield, Elvin Bishop, John Hammond, Emmylou Harris, Wet Willie, Jesse Colin Young, Gary Wright, Dreamweaver, Beau Brummels, John Renton, Martin Mull. That is called Burbank's Finest. It's a 2LP Warner Brothers compilation sampler. Jennifer Hibden wants a Simon & Garfunkel for $25. Sell that to Jennifer Hibden. Joni Mitchell, His Jara, I think that's how you say that, $19.99. And the Doobie Brothers, that is their first album, self-titled. How did that not sell the first go-around? Just $14.99. Nice condition, too. The Doobie Brothers, we don't get that one near as often as the other ones. Wow, there's a couple good records right here. We've got Bob Dylan, Slow Train Coming, $34.99. This is a Jerry Lee Lewis picture disc. Flip, Flop, and Fly. That's actually got music on it. It's not an interview. $29.99. Stephen Tuttle on the Doobie Brothers. Thank you, Stephen. We got Wham. There's the other Wham record, Jennifer. I thought I had a Japanese press of it, but that is a nice U.S. version, $34.99. And then there's the U.S. version of Make It Big, $34.99 on that. Bob Dylan's Greatest Hits, also $34.99. No poster, unfortunately. It's getting harder to find those with a poster. Wow. That is the original label, though. And I will say, That's in really nice condition. $34.99 on Mr. Dillon. I missed Jennifer's Burbank. I did. Jennifer wanted Burbank. Stephen got Doobies. Willie Nelson and Roger Miller is $14.99. Willie Nelson, me and Paul is $14.99. Leon Everett, Doing What I Feel. Leon Everett is $14.99. And Tim Buck 3, All I Want for Christmas. Tim Buck 3. I think we're getting into some Atlanta stuff that's been mixed in here. Is this a single? It is. Tim Buck 3, white label promo, All I Want for Christmas. The gold stamp on the back. Brent Rabley, 28 on Dillon, sold. And then right after him was Mark at 29. I've already sold that to Brent at 28. Ruben and the Jet. Oh, that was on Greatest. That was on Greatest. There's 2 Dillons in here. Sell that to Brent Rabley for 28. Mark, you were second. Right behind him. Then we got Ruben and the Jets. Ruben and the Jets, $44.99. Where's all of our... $44.99. Where's all of our Mothers of Invention buyers? I hadn't seen that in a while. I forgot I had that. It's been buried in a crate. What's that? Yeah. Wayne and Zach Anderson. Ryan Anderson. Zach Anderson. One of the Andersons. $7.99 on that, Jeff. $7.99 on that. $7.99 on Tim Buck 3 if you want it. Ruben and the Jets sold to Brent Rabley for 38. Adam, you were second. Lou Christie, Lightning Strikes, $9.99. Dr. Hook is $19.99. Nat King Cole, Miss Amigos, $9.99. Roseanne Cash is $9.99. Donna Summer, Bad Girls, is $14.99. And Paul Simon, Graceland. This is heavily asked about. I need to see if I can get this on new vinyl again. This is a near mint copy, though, of Paul Simon's Graceland. $34.99. That's something you got to have. Tim Buck 3 sold to Jeff McMaster for $7.99. I really wish I could walk around the store. I don't know if we want to try moving this cart around for part 2 or we do a Facebook-only show. We hadn't done a Facebook-only show in quite some time because I do want to be mobile around in the back. Some of our best records are in bins in the back. Crates like this we've emptied out in the bins. I know we got some people who watch only on YouTube, but part 2 we may only be on Facebook. Just going to go ahead and give you a fair warning so I can walk around the back and I can show some stuff, some Funkos, and kind of give you a tour of the store. Maybe some of y'all have never even seen before. So go to the back wall where the new vinyl is. You know, we hadn't done that in a while. So the only thing is we're trying to keep our streaming hours up on YouTube and promote it on there. But sometimes, I don't know, I can try to move this cart around, but it gets tricky sometimes. Okay, 27 and 27. Jeff was first that time. He gets the Paul Simon for $27.99. There's Paul Simon for $27.99. Brent Rabley, you were second. Jags, do you have another Dillon? There's probably one that could pop up in any bin, Mark. I can't go to one right away, but I'm sure I have that somewhere. Rare Earth in Concert, $24.99. Glenn Fry, the All Nighter, that is $19.99. The Outlaws Ghost Riders is $19.99. Another copy of Outlaws Ghost Riders, $19.99. Jimmy Davis and Junction, Kick the Wall, that's $19.99. And Python Lee Jackson, In a Broken Dream, $24.99. Ronnie Millsap, 2020 Vision, $9.99. Todd Rundgren is $19.99. And so is Astrology for Young Lovers, Horoscopes for the Now Generation, $24.99. Phoebe Snow, Never Letting Go, $9.99. How Rough is Rough. It's playable. We don't put out anything unless you could play it. Let's see here. Side 1. It's VG minus. I mean, it's not going to damage your cartridge or anything, but it's going to have some noise. So it's not going to be, I mean, right there, that's kind of a fillable mark. So when it hits that, it's going to pop right there. This is a Porky cut. Even though it's a 5-digit, it says Porky in the dead wax, which is a good sign. Side 2 isn't too bad. I don't see anything fillable on side 2, which is pretty good. I'll do $10 on that Led Zeppelin 4 if you want that mic. Do you have any Run DMC? I don't think so. I can get King of Rock on Music on Vinyl, Jennifer, and I think that's about it. Arm Lozelle said 10 on Roger Daltrey. Let me figure out which one that was. Roger Daltrey, Arm Lozelle. Right here, sell that to Arm Lozelle, $10. Tracks on Glenn Fry, that was the all-nighter. Glenn Fry was the all-nighter, Sexy Girl, I Got Love, Somebody Else, Lover's Moon, Smuggler's Blue, Let's Go Home, Better Than the USA, Living in Darkness, and New Love. Next is Grant Peltzer, 5 on Ronnie Millsap, You Got It. That's Mr. Millsap, $5 to Grant Peltzer. William wants Waylon, Merle, and 2 Willies for $40. That's Waylon, Merle, and 2 Willies. Waylon, Merle, and the 2 Willies, $40. Let me hunt all those down. I'm probably going to sell them too. There's the 2 Willies. That's a huge discount, but do you realize how many Willie Nelson albums we have? Oh my gosh, that was another guy. We were selling Willie Nelson albums 5 and 10 at a time, and we still didn't make a dent. And I think the Merle was up here. There's Waylon. Let me figure out what I did with that Merle. I think that was the 2 LP, like gospel type. What the heck happened to that? Merle Haggard. Let's see here. Wham. Did I not go back far enough? Joni, Jerry, Quarter. There it is. This one, Serving 190 proof. Sell those to William Condrey for $40. Mark says 15 for Edgar Winter and Alice Restaurant. Is that, let's see here. 15 for Edgar Winter. 15 for Edgar Winter, Alice's Restaurant. I'm hoping that's, Mark, I'm assuming that's for each. If so, sold. I think I've already sold the Edgar Winter, though. Yeah, somebody offered 15 for that. If you do want Alice's Restaurant, though, for 15, that is sold to you. That is sold to you. If I can get it back in its sleeve. If you do want that 15, that was for Mark. The Alice, the Edgar Winter is already sold. Mike says, I'll take it. That was Led Zeppelin for $10. Next is Wayne Instant, another band from LA from earlier. Okay. We'll bring that back. And then Michael Nath, Carole King, and James Taylor for $18. Let me figure out where I got to here. Carole King and James Taylor for $18. Carole King. There's Carole King. Now let's find the other James Taylor in here. What was the other James Taylor? This one right here. Sell those to Michael Nath for $18. You got it. Greg says 5 on Dan Fogelberg Souvenirs. I think we already sold that, didn't we? I know I've got 100 million of them, but I think that's already sold. I'll do another flip in a minute, Greg. And then Bob said the other James Gang Live for 10. Is there another one in here? Y'all got better memory of what's in here than I do on this crate. Usually I can remember. This has been this one here. All right, so sell that to Bob McKinney for 10. I'm still looking for Dan Fogelberg Souvenirs. The Whams are $34.99 each. Mark said he would give $9.99 for Alice. Sell that to Mark and Foghat Bundle. Okay, so let me tell you what's left in here. We got Cat Stevens, John Lennon, Sheena Easton, Tull, Moody Blues, Cal Seals, Sweet Dreams, Phoebe Snow, Astrology for Young Lovers, Todd Rundgren, Python Lee Jackson, Jimmy Davis, Outlaws, Glenn Fry, Rare Earth, Donna Summer, Roseanne Cash, Nat King Cole, Dr. Hook, Lou Christie, Bob Dylan, Leon Everett, Wham. The Whams are $34.99 each. Fantastic. And Make It Big. Can't believe those still there. Jerry Lee Lewis, Joni Mitchell, Steppenwolf, Nat King Cole, Jerry Rafferty, Jeffrey Osborne. There's one Foghat, Leon Redbone, John Denver, Linda. There's another Foghat, which is Night Shift, Survivor, Jan and Dean. There is Twin Sons of Different Mothers. That one's still available. Vanilla Fudge, Montrose. There's another copy of Night Shift, so you don't need that one. So there's only 2 Foghats, Jared. If you want both of them, I'll sell them to you for $20, $5 off each one, $10 off both. We have Simon & Garfunkel. So here's what's still left. That's a Japanese discount, $25 on Simon & Garfunkel's Greatest Hits. We still got Fleetwood Mac, Mystery to Me. And then here was the stack There were so many records in this bin, we couldn't even flip through them. We still got Roberta Flack, Emerson, Lake and Palmer. We still got that Merle Haggard, and then there is Dan Fogelberg. Sell that to Greg Brummett for $5. And Jared says, I'll take them. And he asked about the fog hats. Did I pull those out? I did. So he got both those for $20. Jan and Dean Price, that was back here. Jan and Dean. Where are you, Jan and Dean? Jan and Dean, Jan and Dean. That's Jan and Dean, Dead Man's Curve. That is $14.99. $14.99. Roberta Flack, Michael Nath was $19.99. It's a really nice copy in shrink wrap. Near mint minus vinyl too. Looks almost unplayed. Anybody else? So if you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube and you don't see us by, we're going to come back at 10:35 because it's going to be 3 more minutes now before I can end the stream. We usually take a 30-minute break. If you don't see us on Facebook by, let's see, 30, that will be 10:45. So if you don't see us on there by 11 o'clock on YouTube, if we're not on YouTube by 11 o'clock, then we're not going to be broadcasting to YouTube. We'll be on Facebook only. I hadn't decided. I will decide during the break. Francis Drennan said 15 on Merle Haggard. Sell that to Francis. The Bob Dylan was Slow Train Coming. It is $34.99. Slow Train Coming. It is a near mint copy. Who asked about that? Trent, that is $34.99. Sell that to Francis. And Michael, I'm going to sell you Roberta Flack for $16. Okay, anybody else? So come back and see us in about 30 minutes. We've got to pause. We've been going for 3 hours straight. We've had a great part 1. I'll have some surprises. If we're just on Facebook, it will be a really cool show because I'll just be on my phone. I'll be able to walk around. I'll be able to go through some bins that we hadn't gone through in a long time, especially in the back. New vinyl. I'll show you some collectibles. We've got posters. We've got Funkos. We've got magazines. And we'll probably be live to at least midnight. So call or text me tomorrow. I will, for sure. The Glenn Fry, Jennifer. We also have a nice copy of Double Fantasy in shrink wrap for $19.99. That's something I threw in there at the last second. Glenn Fry was $19.99. 45s, maybe. You just never know. I still got those last night, Grant. I told you I'd do those tonight. Maybe while we're in the back, I'll be auctioning some of those off. So it's Saturday night. You don't have anything else to do except go to bed, and that will just ruin your night. So I subscribe to the Facebook channel. Thank you. Also, make sure you subscribe on YouTube. But like I said, this is a rare opportunity. We may not be Carol sold on Double Fantasy. Yeah, a lot of people have been wanting that lately because I've been telling all the tracks on it. It's a great, I mean, Woman's on here, Watching the Wheels, and Beautiful Boy, just like Starting Over. That's in shrink wrap. Sell that to Carol. Jennifer's going to get Glenn Fry for $15. And we'll be back in 30 minutes. This is a rare time. And you never know. I may just get the crates and bring them up here so we can be on YouTube again. Also, I can have my extra hand because when I'm on just Facebook, I got to hold my phone and I only have one hand. I hadn't done that in like 3 months. My arm may go numb. So Trent says, I'll take Rear View Mirror Volume 2 and I'll take a Beastie Boys to still have one. I will say those. You want a Pearl Jam Rear View Mirror Greatest Hits. Let me figure out what I've done with those. Make sure if you're a first-time buyer to message our page. I think we're sending you a message right now. But I do have Pearl Jam. I have 1 copy left. And now I'm down to 2 Beastie Boys. I'm down to 2 Beastie Boys. So that is sold to Trent, $34.99. That's technically an on-sale price, by the way. And let me go pull you a Beastie Boys. Anybody else before we end this stream? If not, it may be 30 minutes before you see us again, but we will be back live. I'm down to 2 copies of the Beach Boy, or excuse me, I see BB and I think Beach Boys. The Beastie Boys. That's $29.99. I have 2 copies left. That's $9 off. I've got 2 copies left. Anybody else? Trent, thank you, Carol. If not, I'm going to stop there. We'll be back in 30 minutes. See how this game ends. The Titans are in a must-win situation, I'm pretty sure. I don't know what time Chipotle closes, but if they're open, I'm heading in there. They closed at 10. Man, I guess I'll have to settle for lower class Taco Bell. All right. See everybody in Burt, Jordan, Jane, and Dean, $12. You got it. Okay, now we're ending. I can tell we're going to have a busy second half. Real busy. See y'all in 30 minutes.